Do they annoy you?
Mate, aye, but no, I don't. More like, fuck me, I remember when I was like that. Because now I'll just go and I'll get the small case, carry on.
What is that? What was that?
Troops, an urgent announcement. Now, I'm not sure if you might have seen it. I know a lot of you will have, a lot of you bought some. We had merch out, and we still have it out. And we'll put some pictures up on screen right now so you can see what we're talking about. We had the mushroom design, which is hand-drawn by Jamie Kelly.
Thank you.
A beautiful design. That is our favourite one, let's be honest. The other ones are the deep fried melting text, which is more like a basic sort of hoodie, comes in all sorts of colours, and then we've got the alien head as well. There's hundreds of stuff. There's tote bags, t-shirts.
The stuff with just like mugs with just the Reilly's gaff.
Aye, mugs, there's everything. But all of that is going to disappear by the 1st of March. We're going to do something new with the merch after that. So all of this stuff, if you've been watching Reilly's Gaff for a while and you thought, I'm going to get one of the hoodies, but I just don't know, now's the time. Because
it's the last opportunity.
Aye, genuinely, 1st of March, none of it's going to be there. So if you want to support us, you want to help us out, and support us through buying merch, and obviously that spreads the word for us. And they're quite cool designs, like we really like them. We actually just wear them just walking about as maybe egotistical as that is. So clubshopdirect.co.uk/Reilly's Gaff. We'll put the link in the description as well. Head over there, you can have a look at everything, get any questions, you can DM us about it. But 1st of March, that's all going to be gone. So get it while you can. And also, troops, you know the podcast is brought to you by G4 Claims. Now, G4 Claims does what it says in the tin. Yeah, you need to make a claim, they're there to answer the phone. They deal with roadside accidents, Jamie, and you know, I bet everyone's thinking this, if I phone this G4 Claims, they're going to want bloody money off me, aren't they?
No, it's free. But the only thing is, I phoned them the other day with a claim to fame. I was going, this time I met, and I was trying to say, I met Obama and all that, and trying to get my claim.
Said you were pals with them?
No, I mean, and they were just hung up the phone to me. So don't phone for that. But anything to do with motors or
anything to do with accidents in the car, it wasn't your fault, get in touch with them. It's notatfaultclaim.com, and their phone number is 01698 767 172. That's 01698 6767 172. The number's on screen and it's in the description. If you're involved in that accident, get in touch with them. But for now, enjoy the podcast.
Day-to-day the shit change, but you know for the most part nothing indifferent. Sometimes be stuck in my ways, weekend fucked up in somebody's kitchen, sticking my hand, I'm chilling with the trips and my few cans down, so I walk like Winston. Trust me, I wake up hanging, you hang that I'm leaving this bed, you're kidding. I'm sitting on back in the pad, get deep fried and I smoke some packs of the grass. Put the feet up, kick back and relaxing your best, know I'm sitting on Reilly's Gaff.
I've never told you this, but but nobody's ever asked me that question. But when you said, do you talk during your sets, I thought you meant to myself.
That's insane, bro.
It is insane. But see when you've got thousands of folk in front of you, right? And say it's going well, and I'm fucking smashing it, mate. Like in my head, I'm fucking here.
You're a legend, bro. Go on, mate. Mate, have you ever been like halfway through it and been like, this is not going well?
Hundreds of times, mate. Hundreds of, not even not go. It's no like not going well. It's just like, fuck, I could be doing a wee bit better here. Like, what's wrong with them? Or like, especially abroad, because it's different countries have different tastes, right? So I was playing in Porto just before Christmas, and then I was looking up and I was like, what's going on here, man? But the energy, I'm just spoiled for being from Scotland because it's the best crowds in the world and everybody's fucking off their head. So they're passionate in that, and then folk just sometimes like to go like, yeah.
That's the most.
But that's like, that folk are like, oh, that's the biggest reaction I've ever seen. And I'm like, mate, I'm used to folk tanning balls off my head.
That is a weird contrast to go for that. Speaking of Portugal, I must say, by the way, we're in Ewan McVicar back, everybody. Round two. the annual catch-up. The boys back. And let's break the fourth wall about 10 seconds into the podcast. You did skip something to be here, mate.
Aye, I did actually. I was meant to be go to Top Golf with Jota.
I didn't even know that.
Look how excited Jamie just got that.
So I'm good pals with Jota, right?
No way.
How did this happen, mate?
So
You're like a Celtic fan.
I know.
You're still allowed to, like, know them.
That's why it's like me and him get scared of being with each other because it's like, oh fuck, somebody's gonna think he's a secret St Mirren fan, or I'm obviously it'd be me.
He's signing for St Mirren.
Aye, exactly. So we both get the same accountant, right?
Right.
And our accountant goes, "Oh, Jota has asked me to ask you if you can teach him how to DJ or what he needs because he's just like in his house and that." And I was like, "I sound whatever." So I went round to his house and he had.
What's his gaff like?
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
What's the address?
It would be, wouldn't it? Jota dogs.
So I goes in. He's got a big, massive whiteboard, thousands of there's no white in the whiteboard. It's just tactics everywhere. So organised. He's the loveliest guy ever. So I sat down and he's got a wee notepad, and I'm like, fucking hell, for some, like, I've never seen him that wants to learn music go this far into it.
Aye.
That's obviously like what he's like. If he's passionate about something, so he likes tunes, he likes dance music, and then he's like, what do I need to get started? So I told him. And then he's went and bought this full setup, and he's got a full like set of decks in his gaff.
Mate,
That's unreal.
See the thing about Jota, he's a dead interesting guy because like you can tell he's just a bit different. He's not like your normal footballer. Like, see,
that's why I was surprised a bit. Mate, he had it written in Portuguese and then in English beside it to talk me through what he asked me.
He speaks English like as soon as he came, he was like, and there I go to Celtic. Yeah. It's very like American. But see you on Instagram, mate. Do you know he thought that? I've not checked this, right? But somebody wrote it on Twitter, like he follows like 3 accounts and they're all like architecture accounts. That's all he follows.
He's got an Instagram now?
I think so, aye.
I didn't even know that because he wasn't on it for ages.
Somebody said that, like,
he's blocked you, I heard.
Nah, I thought I don't want him knowing I'm pals with him.
No, but you are a real one for coming in. Would you think João Felipe Pedro Jota would think a wee rolling beans, mate? I will study this.
Like, well, obviously he's into the architecture and that. Exactly. So he'd either go into the details of what sauces is marinated in, or it would be, I'm no fucking touching that.
Mate, I think he would build the pure perfect rolling beans. He'd cut through it and it would be all.
Do you know how you get the food adverts and they've got the cheese glued to the burger and that? That's what he would have sitting waiting for me. And every bean is fucking forked into the roll and that.
If you're gourmet.
A wee seepage gleaming.
Just a perfect amount.
Just a little bit of bean juice, man. You cannot beat that bean juice, baby. But I mean, Jota, I can't believe it, but you are a real one for coming in. But at the same time, you did do the most rich white guy thing ever, which was go in a hot air balloon. Now, tell me about this, mate.
I did, mate. Because we went to
never seen a brother in the hot air balloon. Never.
I went to I took the first 2 months off of the year, and so my birthday's 10th of January, so I said to my missus, we need to go somewhere. So we booked Mexico, and then you have to fly into Mexico City, and we're going to Puerto Escondido. It's like the far west coast, and it's boiling there. So we got to Mexico City, it was like 4 degrees, and I was like, no, like, I thought it was going to be warm, man. I need to be warm on my birthday, I'm meant to be chilling out. And then for my birthday, my own stepdad gave me the hot air balloon experience. And then but mate, did you see some of the pictures I got?
Was it in Mexico?
An hour outside the city.
Oh.
So you drive up and then you fly over the 2 like Aztec pyramids, and so they got us up at fucking 5:30 in the morning, picked us up, drove to the arse end of nowhere. But this was like fucking El Chapo's son had just got arrested.
Oh, mate, was that about that time, mate?
Mate, I was fucking there. They put him in a prison.
I think you done it, bro.
Mate, that's why I was in. Mate, to be honest, I did see you. Now we got onto the festival. I did see you sharing that you have been working with the police. So I don't know if you maybe set him up.
Yeah, honestly, I've got a few mate, since the last time you saw it, I've got a few contacts now.
I love it.
So I went over and I goes, right, to Police Scotland, put the word in. I know where El Chapo's son is.
He's just invited. He's wanting to know how to DJ.
he's fucking in Glasgow in a flat. He's want to get a set of decks, mate. Can you teach him? So turns out my accountant's new El Chapo's son's accountant as well. So I went over, but it's all over the news. And then everybody's like, I put stories up, and everybody's like, "Oh, good time for you to go to Mexico, bro." And I'm like, "What you talking about? Like, what the fuck does that even mean?" And then I went in the news, and it's fucking El Chapo's son just arrested, put in prison just outside Mexico City. So the cartel were shooting down fucking American planes and passenger planes coming into Mexico at that time.
That's fucking mental.
And I was flying to Escondido like recently, like and a few days after that hot air balloon thing. And I went and looked, and there was 5 places in the full of Mexico that it said beware when you're travelling there. But the rest of them were do not travel there. And Mexico City and Escondido were on the be aware. So I was like, thank fuck, we're not going to get shot at when
just
we're...
be aware, but
That's enough,
weird.
bro.
I know, mate, I know.
We're all right.
So we've got the transfer up 5:30 in the morning, pitch black, and it's outside, but you're a wee bit wary of like where you're in Mexico, and like, so we're getting dragged out to the middle of nowhere. And there was no hot air balloon, so I'm like, oh, what the fuck have we
You will become the hot air balloon.
And then to be fair, they set them all up, and it was fucking, mate, it was unreal. It's not even that scary as well. It was a bit biffy, and my missus was she doesn't like heights, and I was like, this could be the worst idea ever. So she just stayed in the basket, like in the corner, like, hi, I love this.
That's amazing.
But I know it was amazing, mate. I would recommend somebody to do it, like just to do it. It's one of those bucket list things as well.
Yeah,
but you would never really think of like it's not something you would be like skydiving. Oh, I need to do that. It's more like
Would you want to do this weekend? I know what we'll do.
Exactly.
Hot air balloon. Can you do it in Scotland? You must be able to, yeah.
You can do it where I stay in England. You can do it.
Aye.
It's like a festival or something. Hot air balloon
mate,
festival.
no, there's a fucking festival in Strathern.
What,
Near,
hot air balloon festival?
East Kilbride, aye. I'm sure there is, mate, and there's a mad airfield there, and I'm sure they do that in the summer. They all got, but I always wanted to go to that mad place in Turkey that do it. Have you seen that?
No.
It's like I was about to say carpaccio, but that's like raw beef or something.
No,
It's like near Kirkpatrick. It's
like
carpaccio. The Italians have ransacked this
Little
too.
Venice. I know, but I always wanted to do it there. There's a mad place in Turkey you can do it, but it is a mad like, right, what can I do now? I've got all this money. I want to go up there on a big balloon.
Would you skydive?
Aye, I would. I'd love to. I love like thrill seeking shit. But
Do you?
like roller coasters and that, fucking love them.
I fucking hate roller coasters,
Do
bro.
you?
I think they're the most dumb thing. I hate
No,
them, bro.
mate, they're good.
But I was, my mother, God bless her. She's in the house now. She's up there.
Detail for this.
She's up there,
Up the stair.
in Studio 2. But she didn't let. She didn't let me. She tried very hard. I think when I was young, see, when everybody's like, I'm going on that. She was like, my boy is not getting anywhere near that. So I think just in my head, I've always hated them. And I remember like P7. Remember Loudon Castle?
Aye, of course.
So we went there on like a P6, P7 trip, and everybody's like, yes, can't wait. And in my head, I'm like, why do I know why to do this? I hate this. And I remember there was like the first one when you go in, it's like an orange roller coaster. I still remember it.
I've seen it. I've been on it.
Aye, that. see that first one, I was like, I'll go on it. Like, I'm like, everybody else likes it. I will like it. Didn't like it, mate. Mate, I was sitting going, why would you want to do it? I don't, maybe I just don't have that thrill thing for pure. I'm just like, I could easy die. I mean, how stupid would you feel dying on a roller coaster?
I know, but
Mate.
it's just a good buzz, isn't it?
I used to pure hate them, and my ma was the same.
I'll take an eckie, mate. That's my buzz, bro.
My ma used to say like, he's not going on that, but it was because she was shiting herself, so I would just chill with her. But then I went to Florida and like Universal and that, and see the big mental
So
ones.
good.
I went on there, like every one of them, and pure loved them all. The ones I don't like are like Tsunami, M&D's and that, because like that's just fucking that could just go down at any point. No, I mean M&D's is like they've not even they're not bolted in right and all that.
I know, and like, what do you do if like? I mean, I've seen too many videos of like roller coasters getting stuck and all that.
That's what gets you, but that's what gets me nowadays is like see, because I'm in planes all the time, mate, and then it just pops up, like plane crash. I was in Australia and a plane engine went on fire, and I was watching it on the news, and I was like, we're getting a flight tomorrow to Melbourne.
Oh, that's
What's going on?
scary.
Right, so
But
that
mate,
does
you
make you
obvious-
biff about
You
stuff like
obviously
that.
don't really care because like the cartel were shooting planes down and you go in a hot air balloon.
Literally.
A needle could have taken that down. I don't mind about it.
Aye, true. Aye. To be fair, no, because the flight the next day, it was in my head that
Aye,
they're
aye.
shooting fucking planes down and that. This was mental. And then the turbulence was well bad in that flight. And my missus was like, what's wrong? And I'm
So she doesn't.
pissing buckets.
So she's scared of heights, but she doesn't
But
mind the
then
plane.
turbulence, like I've been in that many flights. I think it was like 64 flights I was on last year, and some of them are going to be quite bad with turbulence. And I don't mind it if it's like side to side, but see if you feel it going down, then that's when I'm like, oh no. And that's what that flight for Mexico City to Escondido kept going down, and it was like 20 seat plane, small plane.
Aye, the small planes are the worst,
propellers
bro.
and that.
There's a guy cycling to power at the back. Oh no,
Aye,
man.
mate. Aye, so
His calves are big, but I don't know, man. I don't know. No,
Don't worry, he has the biggest calves in all of Mexico.
we were
El Capo.
we had somebody in the podcast whose uncle was like remember Kev, and he was talking about he hated flying, but his uncle was like a pure top engineer, and he was explaining how like it was like turbulence is never a problem.
That was me, mate.
You're the engineer, bro? No. So what is it? Explain
Aye,
so
so-
Ewan can feel better about it.
I just seen this thing and it was like explaining.
So you know it's
turbulence,
legit.
right?
He's seen this thing.
I've seen this thing right after this guy. No, I've seen this video and it was explaining what turbulence is, and it's like the way they explained it was like, imagine you put like we'll just say a bean, right, like a baked bean into jelly and then shook it,
Right.
and that would go up and down, but it's getting held at all sides, like it's all going up and down. So that's how it works with like it's air pressure, and the air pressure's just slightly moving, but you're like
You feel
it's-
like the few things.
Aye, but it's like impossible to fall out it because it's holding you at the bottom, I know. It's just like taking a wee journey. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So aye, that's it.
Mate,
It's
I'm
all good,
fucking-
mate.
Get me in a fight tomorrow.
Remember that next time you are experiencing that turbulence.
Mate,
But
64
I'm just going to be thinking
flights.
about a wee bean in a pot of jelly.
What was he talking about beans for? Mate, but
This will never leave me.
64 flights in a year's insane, bro.
Mate,
That's like
aye.
nearly one a week.
that can't be
Heavy.
like. So see, when you went to Mexico, that was just a holiday for you.
Aye.
That was that like a break for all the shit.
Aye. But then, because it's a holiday, it's the same process as fucking me touring as well. So like, I'm sitting in the airport again, it's delayed, and I'm like, fuck me, I'm meant to be enjoying myself.
It
But
just
then
feels like a.
repeating it in that same frame of mind.
So see that, like when I go to the airport and it's like, oh, I'll go and get something to
And
eat
you're
and
all,
get a wee
every,
pint and all
and
that.
see watching every day, like, they've all getting new clays, they're all just got their haircut and
You're
that,
just
and
sitting-
everybody's like, fucking, I'm just at an airport now, I'm like, fucking get me out of here.
Do you get annoyed at like? See, when do you get annoyed at people who are like? See, like now you're going through the airport and you can tell they families that like don't go on holiday much, and they're like, right,
Aye.
you need to eat, right? No, get that out, right?
And they're
Oh,
all
don't, no,
stressing.
you get liquid in you. All right, when you eat, like, do they annoy you? They
Mate,
people?
aye, but no, I know, more like, fuck me, I remember when I was like that. Because now I'll just go and I'll get the small case, carry on.
What is that? What's that? They're doing a fucking podcast.
We're doing a podcast in here.
He's fucking doing a podcast here. Ewan McVicar's in here. Ewan McVicar. Hey, good job. Hey, go my man. He's trying to go. Is this live? Is this on the telly? Is that Facebook? Get your phone and fucking video this, fuck's sake. Me video this? Aye. Did you actually eat the beans? You know you want to have a budget or something? Video on Facebook live right now. Right, yeah, what's up? Hey, we fucking know. Hey, get pictures, fuck's sake. Get fucking photos, fuck's sake.
I shot myself in the morning.
Hey, pass on, fuck's sake. Mate, stand up, right? Stand up.
Do you like hot roll?
Get in the middle, mate. Get in the middle. Obvious boys. Here we go. Here we fucking go.
Ah, shut myself.
He was looking at
I was scrapping somebody at me. I was like, am I gonna have to fucking get up? Reilly's bold as brands, like, we're doing a podcast. I'm like, fuck me.
Mate, if that was good,
I'd be under that table, bro.
I mean, big Jambo did it.
Right, well,
Right, we obviously have to have a bite of
no,
this.
it's amazing, right? Let's break the fourth wall down again, Trips. I was texting you and I was like, mate, you're coming a fair distance. I'll need to send you petrol money. And he's like, just get me a rolling beans, we'll be eekies.
Oh, bro. We all need to try
But do you
this.
need
Wait,
to? I've
one
got
bite.
Chuddy in with you.
Yeah.
A
A chuddy?
Aye, that's what you call it here.
A chuddy, yeah.
Because
There's so many beans, bro.
There's too many beans, bro.
aye,
No.
that's on it. That's on it.
That's
Not a Jota roll.
No.
I can't believe they heated it up like that.
Jota would never, mate.
Jota would never. Mate, no. What were we saying there?
I can't even remember what we talked about Mexico City. We need to like
No, about that. We
El
need to-
Chapo.
right, we need to all take a
El
bite at the
Chapo.
same time. Right, Trips, if you're listening to this, by the way,
I've never tried their own beans.
Never.
Never.
By the way, how? Oh, no, I'm not going to tell that story. Actually, we'll tell it later. But wait there, right, Trips, because audio listeners might just think we were in like a car crash or something. There's three rolls and beans sitting here, baby. The units just hand delivered them. We're all going to take a bite. Right, ready? Right, a good bite, nothing pussy, right?
Good, I know.
To your health.
3, 2, 1.
So dang.
Bro, it's alright.
Have they buttered it?
No,
I'm just dry rolling beans.
Make it the kitchen roll, Jambo.
that's all I'm having of that, mate.
Nah, I've never. Nah. We need a well-fired buttered rolling beans.
That's what's wrong, mate.
No, the concept's here, you know what I mean?
Tell
That's so
about
funny, mate.
you buying them.
Mate, I was in,
That
so...
wasn't enjoyable.
No,
that, was it?
Mate, I've got it all on me. Right, we're
I
good.
want in like my vision.
Just give me them, I'll slide them up here. We'll leave them out for the
For the birds.
the goals.
Mate, that was heinous.
That was Ewan's, that's
That's a full tin of beans.
Seating out.
Defo didn't need 2 tins, bro.
Oh, bro, I need a drink after
Oh,
that.
mate, aye.
Aye,
That wasn't great,
fucking. I'm gonna gargle this Red Bull.
It's so funny, but... Aye.
Bean mouthwash.
Because see... Cheers, Jambo.
Thanks, mate.
So... When I was talking to the famous York brothers about that, I was like, if you stand at the door, shout, Ewan McVicar in there, and blah, blah, blah. But they were just shouting, I swear I fucking on you fucking... I was that's how I showed up.
Aye, the acting was on point there, mate, because you're like, yeah, we're shooting a podcast in here. And I was like, oh, we're going to end up scrapping here, man.
The fear in your eyes.
Because we're in camera, I was like, fuck me, I don't want to be videotaped.
Battered on camera.
That would be a good thumbnail for us, but...
Me and the flare, we are rolling beans.
Covered in beans.
We got smashed.
Mate, but I was in, so I just went to... After I finished work today, I went to Tesco beside my work and I bought 6 rolls, 2 tins of beans, right?
No way.
And I was walking about and that was all that was in my basket, mate, right? And I was like so embarrassed, bro. Like, know what I mean? Like, because I was like...
got to get your bird tampons or something at the show.
But that's actually much worse. Because no, that way I was like, right, no, nobody in here's going to think I'm making a rolling beans. But I know I'm making a rolling beans. So I felt embarrassed and I was thinking like... If somebody just randomly, like some mad randomer just done that to me, like beside me at the checkout, you making rolls and beans, I would have crumbled, bro. I would have been like,
Don't know what to say.
no. I'm like, do you know Ewan McVicar?
I've got this podcast right and
You're explaining it.
Try to explain the joke. She's like,
Mate,
alright.
Tell the people about your hoodie.
Oh, aye, so we done Secret. I was playing in Newcastle on New Year's Eve, and all my pals were staying in the one Gaff, 12s, and we'd all done Secret Santa. We were like, right, we'll get to each other then. So my mate whips out this thing, and he gave me the present. He got me, I'm into Frank Sinatra, right? So he gave me Frank Sinatra coasters, that wee vinyl things are quite cool, right? So I was like, oh mint, we're being nice this year. And then I opened this thing up, and he'd got a badge made, and it says rolling beans with a burger bun with sesame seeds in it. He'd photoshopped beans in it with the black and white stripes for St Mirren behind it, and then underneath just like mum makes. So I'd bought a rolling jumper. It cost me like £200, and that night I get steaming and ironed it onto the back of my £200 rolling jumper, and I can't get it off me. So I was kicking about Mexico thinking, oh this fucking rolling jumper's the business, man. My bud takes a picture from behind, and I was like, oh my god, I've got the rolling beans badge on behind on my back. It's massive.
It's a good size,
It's
bro.
massive, mate.
It's big enough, bro. See, I think I seen that. That's how I seen the jumper.
Aye.
That picture you're talking about, it's like the back of you, because mate, you can tell it's a good hoodie. Like it's oversized, it's comfy. You can tell.
Aye.
And then I was looking, I was like, is that a fucking rolling beans on the back of that? Insane, bro.
Mate, it's went just like, obviously since I was here last time. Everybody's been coming up to me and they keep, like, in the crowd with a Snapchat on, rolling beans. Really? I mate, and then, and now, but I just like, I'm like embracing it now because I can't get away from it. So I've got a USB, and I had small USBs. I kept losing them, so I got a key ring, and it was a license plate, and the license plate attached to the USB says rolling beans. So I've just been embracing folk have been videoing the decks, and it just says rolling beans next to the decks.
Oh my god! Out of context, it's pure wild.
That is the weirdest thing
It's
ever,
so
man.
funny,
It's
man.
class, but
But
it's class.
That's the pinnacle of the rolling beans.
I was
right
going to
there.
say, I think that's it. Fucking
Aye,
reached the
we've
top
done
of
it.
it.
Aye, we've done
You
it.
actually ate one now. So
I know, I can't believe it.
So
I know, mate,
bad.
I've still got a bit of bean in my tooth, man.
It's all I can just think about is those beans sitting in that dry roll, mate. It's making me feel funny.
Do yous know, right? I don't know how this made me think it. Maybe just the orange. Yous ever had a wee bit of ginger or something in your beard or that? Like a wee couple of ginger hairs?
Oh,
I would have guessed.
I thought you meant
Gets after
food.
a
Do you know what
certain
that's for?
What?
I don't know how to say this nicely. Puss juice.
What? No, it isn't.
Stains it, bro.
What? The acid or
The
something?
acid in it, that's what happens. That's how.
No chance.
Aye, bro.
Fuck me,
Brother, so if you see-
wild. How the
I thought
fuck
I
do you
was
know
ju-
that?
I thought I was just ginger after a certain
So
point.
did that.
No, brother,
Because I've
so-
seen a lot of folk that definitely weren't eating fucking puss. And they've got the mace ginger beard.
Aye. Well,
No,
maybe that.
I'll have a newfound respect for that.
Mate, so
Man.
if you see me rotting through summer 2023 with a full ginger beard, you know where I've been, bro. That's it. Sloshing. And it's no eating rolls and beans anyway. But anyway, better talk about some music. Last time you were in here, you were like just about to go on like tour in other countries, I think, for the first time.
Yeah.
So you said you were going to like Australia and New Zealand. How was that, man? I think you had like 6 dates there or something.
Unbelievable, mate. Fucking, so I'd played in Barcelona on the Friday, and then get steaming, stayed up, and I just flew my family over I'd put them up in a hotel in Ibiza. So I was playing in Ibiza on the Monday. So I flew them all out, and they'd fell out. And we've got a small family, so it was my brother and his wife, and my mum and my stepdad. And I've went and they've all fell out, and I've had no sleep. I've been drinking since Barcelona. One half of them's at that side of the pool, the other half, and I'm like, this can't be happening. So we gets there, and I'm like to my mum and that, oh, do you want to go to Pikes? Like No, it was Saturday night. I was in Barcelona Sunday at Pikes, and Melody and a few DJs and that, and they were there. So I was like, oh, I'll go and take my mum to Pikes, and we'll see Ibiza, the real Ibiza. So we went and seen it. It was amazing. My mum and that left, me and my wee brother ended up staying and going out. So I've no slept since Saturday. It's now Monday morning about 3 p.m. and my wee brother's like, oh, I'm going to go and get some sleep, so that's sound. So I've stayed up, and I'm sitting with some boys I met. So on the way home from Pikes, we were kicking about San Antonio, and two of my pals that we met out last summer, where they lived there, so I was outside phoning them, they weren't picking up. And if you're a DJ, Ibiza's not the place to be, because it's like all about dance music, do you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, what if somebody sees me? So I was like, I need some water. So we walked into this room, and a hotel, and there was a vendor, so I was like, right, I'm going to get some water. And these two boys are beside me, and they're like, oh, where you for? And I was like, oh, here. He's like, oh, what, like Ewan McVicar? And I was like, I'm Ewan McVicar. He's like, no fucking way. He's like, mate. His pal was like half up the stairs. He's like, mate, that's Ewan McVicar. He's like, we don't have that Gaff, what to come back with? And I was like, fucking, what option do we have? Of fucking, like, we've got no other option. Our pals are sleeping. So we've ended up going up to the Gaff, stayed up, got to 3 p.m. and we're sitting, the boys were like, oh, do you want to go to the beach? And that, but by this point I was hallucinating when they sleep and fucking, I was absolutely fucked.
Wonder.
Exactly right. So I'm sitting there, El Scotcho, and this old guy, I think he's like a famous like Ibiza. Do you know how if you're from Wee Tunes you always have some characters, but everybody knows their name. There was one called Pony and Air, and then there's a guy called E-Boy who was on a bike and he had a horn on, and you used to go honk if you're horny and go every time you walk by. So this guy was like them for Ibiza. And he's walked by and I was like, he was in just like underpants, he looked like Mowgli. And I was like, fuck, like, but I thought I was hallucinating, so I was like, that's not happening, that's not real. And the boys start laughing, and then he thought, well, we were laughing, but he took it personally. He's like, oh, they're laughing at me. So the police come over and like, don't stop laughing at him, stop laughing
He's
at him.
a fucking national treasure.
I'm like,
What kind of crime's that?
I know, exactly right. So an hour goes by, mate, the cunt comes back and he pulls a knife out. And I was like, still detached for reality, like, this isn't happening. I'm like, what are you going to do with that, make a sandwich? And obviously didn't understand me. So we're like, this isn't real, let's just turn it back. And he's like coming over to me with a knife, and the police stepped in, fucking all that. But all this has happened, mate, no sleep. And there's a reason I've told you this, right? Because what you asked me. So that was the Monday night, and I was playing at Amnesia that night. But I just like, my head was up my arse. I was like, oh fuck, I need to go and play in Amnesia.
No sleep.
No sleep. So we rocks up to Amnesia, play the set. It was a decent night, but I'd started to sober up and that, and then my family and that still weren't speaking, so I was like trying to balance all that, all this was going on. And we got back to for Amnesia. My set was 1 till 2 and get in at 3, an hour's sleep, and then my Australia tour started.
Oh, bro, how are you alive, man?
Mate, right, so we woke up the next day, say bye to my mum and that, and
they still pure no talking.
Aye. So we've woke up, 3 hours sleep. We had to wake up at 7 in the morning, and we flew from Ibiza to Heathrow to Singapore to Sydney to Auckland to Christchurch.
Oh my,
26 hours, mate. We left on Tuesday, got there Thursday.
That's mental.
That is minging, bro.
I've had no sleep. So obviously I land in New Zealand and go straight out to meet the promoters. They were putting on this there's a brand called Huffer. I've been wearing loads of their stuff, and they were like, oh, we're doing this thing for like the local community as folk DJing and that. But Rory had started, like, I was taking videos of Rory on the plane with his head on the tray sleeping, and I was like, look at the state of this guy, can he hack it? And he was getting ill, like proper ill. And I didn't know, and I had to get psyched for this, the first time I was ever going to be in New Zealand and Australia. So I'm like, oh, I need to get involved. So I went to this clothing store and stayed out till like 10, had a few beers, met the promoters properly, they were all dead nice. Christchurch, a mad place. And then the next night, like, Rory's feeling fucking shite, and we're in the club and he's just like lying in the flare and stomach pains, and I was like, mate, fuck, like, what's going on? What's happened? So as soon as the club's finished, he's went straight home, and I've went out again with the promoters, because everybody was on a good buzz, and they're just so appreciative for somebody for the UK coming over, and I'm like, I just get caught up. So I'm like showing them Martin O'Leary's tunes in this gaff, and mate, I get outside the club, Rory had left, and this guy comes over, and he looked like I kept calling him Shaggy off Scooby-Doo, right? He had this, like, he kept calling it yarn, and it was just like a handmade scarf, right? And he goes,
it's a homeless guy, eh?
No, mate, I thought he was. He's just a nutter. I'll never forget him. So he's like, oh, I will take you back to the Gaff. Slid this door open to this van, and he's got like cellos and bongos in the back, and, like, we were lying on top of them all. And I'm like, what am I doing, man? By the end, I was there till 9 in the morning. By the end, he's put the yarn around my neck, and I've got it in my case away with me. I've still got it to this day.
The yarn, mate. That guy's probably dead now. He's got his yarn.
That's his powers gone, bro.
He's been put it on me, and he's like, you've been blessed by the New Zealanders of Christchurch. No, I'm like, yeah, right, okay, mate. And well, we've got I was playing in Auckland the next night, so I've said to Rory, you're going to need to go to hospital, mate, that you don't look well. So he's
You're bringing the vibe down.
You're actual Dean, man.
No, I was just, it's difficult because he's my wee brother, do you know what I mean? He's my tour manager, but he's meant to be looking after me, but then the big brother kicks in, and I'm like, I need to look after my wee brother. Thousands of miles away from him, so I've got him to the hospital 4 nights. He was in there for me. He'd got a infection in his intestines, and then it was turning into sepsis.
What the fuck?
Oh my
God, it was
God.
well bad. So if we hadn't nipped it, so that was 4 nights. But then I had to go and do Auckland on my own, go to Wellington the next night. I stayed up in Auckland again, partying. Went to Wellington my own. It was a Sunday night, and it was an early set, so I was like, right, I can chill out finally. But then I've got mates in Sydney, so we're meant to go straight for the New Zealand tour to Sydney for 5 days before I kick off the next weekend again. And because I had to fly back and just get my wee bear and make sure he was alright, mate. But it was mad, man.
Thank God you had your yarn.
No,
bro.
you should have gave him
that's how
the
we
yarn.
came through.
It would have been alright, mate.
I didn't even think of that.
He would have just risen,
even
bro.
think of that.
Started levitating.
But mate, New Zealand's like other than that, like the New Zealand's a mad country, and they're also chill and nice, and it was good. It was cool to see like stuff that far away, because I never, if it wasn't for my career, I never would have went over there. It's not really been somewhere I've wanted to go. And then flew to Australia, Sydney, and then I did Canberra, Melbourne, and then back to Sydney for like those gigs were amazing. Australia's an unreal place.
Melbourne are meant to be pure good crowds.
Wild,
and
mate.
Aye.
I got there, and now Rory's back to full health because we've had a bit in Sydney. He's chilling. He's built up his immune system and that again. And we've done Canberra. Canberra was alright, but then Saturday Melbourne was in this club called XE54. But there's a club called Revolver, and it's open for Friday 12 PM till Monday 12 PM, and it never shuts. Right,
Mate, that's some
so
Berlin shit, bro.
Mate, that's what I felt like. So I was like, I was playing in XC54, finished at 5 o'clock, and it was the promoter's birthday who'd ran my full New Zealand America tour, Australia tour, and Rory's I've turned around and they were all doing shots and fucking whatever, and half an hour into my set I've turned around and Rory's fine, so I'm like, right, I can go back, fucking blah blah. Next thing, I've turned around the next half hour and he's blotto, mate. He's like, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? Like, 4 days ago, you're nearly dead, you cunt. so he's like, I put on this garage tune and he's going, and that's all I can hear. And like, he's took videos, mate, and I posted it out because he takes my videos. So I was like, if you're not there doing your job, I'm gonna out you and show everybody how shite a singer you are. So I put it on. He's to this day he's still like, oh, I can't believe you picked that up, man. Because if you go in my Melbourne post, right, scroll through it, you can just hear him going. It's so funny, mate. It's so funny.
Wait, see New Zealand, right? I've been to Australia. I know what Australia's like, but how is like New Zealand different? Is it everything a lot more like slow, like a bit more laid back and reserved? Or?
Aye, it's more like Australians are more sure of themselves. Like, oh yeah, we're like blah blah blah, like jacked up folk doing Bondi Beach and that, and then. Well, who I met, but the promoters, everyone I met, it was just so sound. But they were more sure of themselves, I'd say, than the New Zealanders were. Some of them were quite timid and shy and that. But
smoke a lot of green, I think.
Aye, dead fucking mellow nation, man. Like, so sound. And every day I got on with that, I'll have some friends for life for that tour, just to folk I met.
What were the crowds like? Obviously, you said. Fucking like Scotland, you're used to mayhem, right? And that's how you're like, oh, I'm doing well. Everybody's going after that.
Aye.
Was Australia similar to that?
Yeah, aye. Some of the best crowds I've had was that party in Sydney was in a hotel 3 stories high, and you go up and it was just in this like, it looked like a lobby of a hotel, and it was like one of the wildest crowds I've ever been in, and it was sold out, mate. So I'm like 6,000 miles from home, and I've sold out a gig in Sydney, and I'm like, what the fuck? And my mate that lives there is for air as well, so he went through all primary and secondary with me, and he's just like, mate, this is wild that folk know you here, this many folk know you here. And then when I started playing the gig, that I felt like sometimes you just feel that there's like magic in the room, and everybody was just loose as fuck, mate. Everybody was ready for it, and it was like my energy levels of Scotland, and anything I done was just like,
That's amazing, man. They must love it as well. Like, I love. I didn't really get a chance to see him. I love Skin on Skin, and like he was over here, and I think it's a mad way where it's a wee extra bump when you know how far they've came to get there. It's like you almost want to like make them remember it. You know what I mean? It's like you want them to remember, oh, that crowd there was class. And do you think that's a bit of what it was as well?
100%, because you do that many, you're going to forget some, or like, and the opposite end, if it's that shite, you remember it as well. Do you know what I mean? Like some will go nice and you're like, oh, that was fucking class, like, let's go home and chill. But some you're like, mate,
pure stands out in your brain.
Just happened there.
We always say, like, if you're average, you're like forgotten about. Like, you need to either be, because you never remember alright films or that. You always remember the pure bad ones or the pure good ones. You know what I mean? Like,
it is the similar
the extremes in it.
It is.
So as well, like Australia. After there, like I seen you playing in Malta as well. Like, how was that, mate? That looked unbelievable. I watched the video the day, like behind it, and it just looked unbelievable. Mate,
Malta was for MANSCAPED Festival, and it was in a what do you call them? Like a fort. During the day, it was like a day party, and then I was playing at night as well. But I like during the day, the sun was beating down, everybody was sweating, it was too warm, and they were all cramped into this fort. But just the setting was mint, so I was like, oh, maybe a bit of disco and that, something a wee bit different, a bit more fun than I usually play. And then it was one of the best sets I've ever played in my life, mate. I think just sometimes it just all aligns, and then you're like, oh, I'm in a fort in Malta, what the fuck?
Do you have a lot of them moments when you're on stage? You're like, because
Creamfields was like
that just looked insane, bro. Like, is that your favourite set you've ever played?
No, my favourite set musically I've ever played. It's just the best moment in my life ever, standing up there. Like, and
what about that? I mean, you just ate a rolling beans. I don't know if you're.
Well, that's until that, but I'm thinking I've still got my last year's heat on until. But now I've finally done it. Do you know what I mean?
So next year when you come back on, it'll be like about the rolling beans.
I'll be comparing everything to me eating a rolling beans for the first time.
Well, you know, I mean, it was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing, but there was a rolling beans out here. But I sorry, on you go, mate.
Creamfields. For me, I'd been going there for fucking, like, the first time I went was 2017, and it got rained off. I was there for a day, and we had to get home because it got rained off. The stage was sinking and all that. 4 folk drowned in that year. Mental. There was 2 weeks worth of rain in like 6 hours.
Fuck's
and
sake.
It was that heavy. It was overflowing in folks' tents, and folk were swimming in the morning. That it was wild. So that, like, I'd been going since then, and then I went again 3-4 times just camping as a punter, and it's not like an eclectic festival. It's just like it's so well done because they spent millions on that site since that happened, and it's so well run as well, like behind the scenes. And I've just always liked it because you go there no to give a fuck, and it's mostly it's Scousers as well, which we all get on with, and it's like fucking just a mad fucking gaff. And then I said, if I ever got a Creamfield set, I want to play Steelyard. And then my agents locked it in, and that was like, I felt like there was stuff building up to that point, and I was like, right, this is going to be a game changer. So it was right before my New Zealand tour and Australia tour, and then I was playing in DC10 on the Friday, and then I had a gig Eastern Electrics Festival during the day on the Saturday, and I had to go for there in Norwich, and was playing in a club in Norwich on that Saturday night, and then Creamfields was Sunday. So I was like, fuck, this is before like my biggest set ever. This is fucking shite. That I can't believe I have to do 3 shows in a row, man. I'm like, I'm going to be knackered. I'm going to be knackered. And then Norwich ended up being one of my favourite clubs in the UK.
Really?
Was it
unbelievable. So that gave me like a buzz. I'm like, fuck it. It doesn't matter how tired
What makes a pure good club for you? Like, you see when you say that to somebody that's no pure being the UK and all that.
Well, that club was, I think it was like 200 capacity, maybe even smaller. And it was like 3 stories high. Is a famous restaurant in Norwich that is part of, and then there's like a rooftop terrace with like fairy lights on it, and it overlooks the city. And then in the middle is the club, and you don't even go in the nightclub room. You don't even go in the door. There's a room before you get in, and that's the DJ booth, and you're on the dance floor. So you walk towards the door you're meant to go in for the club, and then there's just a door on the left hand side. You open that up, and that's just the DJ booth, and it's just a metal cage, and you're in the booth with plenty full. It was so cool,
pure intimate.
Cool, mate. That's like, for me, I'd say the best clubs are like that, and just you can just create a vibe straight away. But that gave me a buzz, and then the next day we drove. I got my driver for Glasgow to pick my best mate up in Glasgow, come and meet us after playing for Ibiza, and just drive us to Eastern Electrics, to Norwich, and then all the way up to Creamfields. He's our biggest legend ever. Like, if there's any problems, he'll just go, "Oh, DJ," and the festival folk about it. Alright, you go. It's like black and windies and that, and they can't even see. So he's just like, "Oh, DJ." It's a DJ. Aye.
That'd be class. Like you like just putting the window down a wee bit. Can we get moving there? If you're big dog.
Mate, see as well, like, I was going to ask, but obviously you kind of answered it there, but I always think if you're playing like Creamfields, like these big festivals that you've like dreamed of doing, is it ever like a come down to then go to like a small, like, is there ever nights you're like, fuck, all that's on my mind now is like this big thing that's coming up, and you're like, kinda can't be arsed?
Nah, mate. It's more, I said it last time I was on here, it's not like that for me. It's like, I couldn't fucking do something that heavy that meant that much to me every weekend, because I would just be fucking knackered. Like, I wouldn't have it, wouldn't be enough of me for the other shows or like clubs, because it's still important to do these clubs because they're the foundations for big events like that. Do you know what I mean? You still need nightclubs.
And would you try stuff out in smaller clubs? And that?
More than that. Like that fucking that festival was being filmed by Beatport, and I knew that before I was getting there, so I knew like had to be clean. But then festivals, like, I would only try stuff out if it was like a tune I hadn't brought out that I thought was a big one. Then I would try it out there, because I think that, because I finished my set with one I hadn't released, and I wanted to see the reaction. But it was musically, it was more like I just wanted. I'd been fucking like no playing Tell Me Something Good, and I'd not been playing like all my big tunes because I just didn't want to in most of the shows that last year. And then I was like, right, do you know what? See the day, I'm going to give them everything. I'll give them every tune they've wanted to hear all year. I'll play. And it was just became so fucking emotional. I was greeting and all that, and the flare, mate. My mum was shouting like, "Fucking get him up, Rory, get him up!" And I'm
the sacrificial yam. Rice. Mate, I want to see this fucking yarn, man. You need to send a picture.
I'll take a picture. I've still got it in the house. But no, it was just, mate, the whole occasion was just like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for. This is the reason that I made fucking Tell Me Something Good. This is why, this is what I've been waiting for. And then to prove myself as a DJ, and you seen all the comments of the set, and everybody loved it, and that was such a buzz, and it felt like I just got over another thing that I'd been waiting for, to prove myself at that big a level. And then, oh mate, it was fucking unbelievable. See, do you know what the weirdest thing was, mate? See, like, followers and fucking Spotify stats and all that, and you see like all these millions of plays or whatever, like, it doesn't really mean anything to me, and it's hard to mean anything to you until you see it in the flesh. And then I got there, and there was like, it holds 15,000, but there's like, I'd say there's like 10 to 16 exits all the way around the arena, and it was all queued out, everything, mate. And like, the person on before me was like, wasn't that as full as it was? And I was like, what the fuck, man? Because I was just expecting, like, I didn't even care how many folk turned up. It was just a moment for me. And then 22,000 folk were there, they said, by the end of it, and like, it was all coming out the thing, and I was like, this is mental.
It's like an average size football stadium.
That's mad, Bob, because like, see, even when you're at Tina Park, you hardly ever see cunts queuing out for shit. Like, the only one time I seen cunts queuing for something was Fatboy Slim, I think, and it was like, that was the same, like, pure out the exits. Not me.
Do you think there's a because see, when I was at Hideout and Skepta was playing, right? Aye. And I was like, we're going to see Skepta. And we didn't even get in. It was that full. They were like, no, it's actual full. Like, do you think that happened to that?
I got messages. I got messages saying, "Oh, we can't. I would have loved to have seen you, but I couldn't get in." Like, but you think, like, because I played at Glastonbury last year, and I did an acid house set, and it was at the Stonebridge Bar, which I don't know what the capacity is, but it was queued all the way up the hill of Glastonbury and nobody could get into that. So I'd say I had about 200 messages of folks saying, mate, we try to come and see, we couldn't get into your set at Glastonbury. But then
that's just people that messaged. I don't think about how many other people that would
exactly, mate. And folk that follow me, folk might not even follow me, but what is hear my sets as well is it's just like, it's the scale, it's just mental. But then see looking up and I was like, oh, maybe what I'm doing's right then. Like 22,000 folk know who I am, and that to me was the most mind blowing thing. Is like seeing them all standing there, and I'm like, there's no way you know me. Like, what the fuck? And I was just like in denial, and then I was like, just
does that ever get overwhelming?
Nah, never, mate. It's fucking best feeling.
Keep them fucking coming. Line them up, boys.
We need a bigger ball.
See, I was listening to the first podcast we done, and something that I forgot we even kind of spoke about, or that you said, was when Tell Me Something Good came out, you were sort of, I don't know the words you used, you weren't annoyed, but you were worried of the sort of lane that put you in terms of the press you were getting. And you were like, I don't listen to chart music, I don't care about it, I don't want to be. Do you feel now since we spoke that you've been able to get back in your own lane?
Aye, mate, big time, man. Like, it's all about a balance as well, because especially with like TikTok and all that, like that even last year wasn't as big, and it didn't have as much to do with what it does now with music, especially. Like, it's so like every chart tune's a TikTok tune basically now, and apart from unless you're Adele, do you know what I mean? So it's changed, the landscape's changed again. But then for me, like, see releasing Head Apart, and then we did the music video and that, and then I got like folk were actually just buying into like, oh, he wants to just make good tunes no matter what they sound like, and that's always what I've wanted. I don't want folk to put me in a lane, just hopefully you like my tunes regardless of what it is, if it's got a big vocal or whatever. And mate, last year was so like doing a back-to-back. I think I done like 20 back-to-backs last year with Optimo, fucking Scream, who else did I do? Special Request, did All Night Long and Subby with him, and then still doing these cool things is what's just kept them. But then I'll go to the big ones and I'll play like a more commercial set for what I'm used to, but I'm still getting my fix of like doing Subby all night long, and fucking it's perfect. Right, I'm so happy with how it's turned out,
balance.
Mate, I think Subby All Night Long was well after we spoke.
Aye.
And I heard you talking about that. I can't remember where you were like, that's my dream. Like obviously Creamfield's not as amazing, but like, see, just having the full night, it's all me, 5 hours in Subby. What was that like for you?
Unbelievable, mate. I've done it 3 times last year, all night long, in control of full club, and it was like, mate, because I'd been banking up music for fucking 10 years of what I wanted to hear in Subby, and then that first all night long I got to play some of it. The second all night long I done on my own was part of my Scotland tour, and that was the best I've ever played in my life. And I was playing like, fuck, I was just pulling shit out my arse. I was playing like Macioplex, and then into fucking Kerry Chandler, and then into fucking just mad shit. But then the crowd was still there, and I've still no played a crowd better than the Subby crowd either. It's just so good.
It's just
so good, man.
It's just built for what it does. It's just the low roof. Everything is just perfect.
The big speakers being at the side and all that is perfect.
And that's why I would say musically my best set ever and favourite set ever has been in Subby, but Creamfields was just like the biggest moment in my like, I've made it. You know what I mean?
Aye. No,
look at me now, Mom. Get him up. Get him up.
Get him up, Brody. Get him up the fucking flare. Troops, as you know, the podcast is sponsored by Molly's Meal Prep, the best meal prep going about Glasgow. And if you are on the train that's now approaching Fatville, which a lot of people are, I've been seeing a lot of the fatties walking about, and myself included, I've put on a few pounds over the holidays, and what I will say is you need to sort your diet out. That's the first thing. Alright, you're going to your classes, you're going to your Zumba, legs, bums, tums, you're doing whatever, that's great. You need a good diet. So the place to go, where is it, Jamie? Tell them.
It's Molly's Meal Prep.
It's Molly's Meal bloody Prep. Now she's got a new menu for February. This girl does not stop, doesn't she not? She's just on it constantly, yeah. Every month there's a new menu, because you don't want to be eating the same stuff for months.
Well, some of Molly's stuff I would, mate. I would have her gyro, her chicken gyro every day of the week, bro.
Brother, how about last month's Jambalaya.
Oh, mate.
Jambalaya,
I
jambalaya.
do want to talk about that, mate.
It's an exotic dish.
That jambalaya is unreal, man.
Aye, if you know, I did get held at gunpoint at the weekend there, and somebody said, "What would your meal be on death row if you did get caught for all the horrible things you've done, Evan?" And I said, "Fire me up that fucking chicken and chorizo jambalaya."
Get on the phone to Molly and get that meal prep.
Phone Molly. So, troops, let's go through some of the menu for this month. We have the naked bird. The naked bird. There's no naked birds actually coming with this. It's a naked burger. Potatoes and veg. Chicken pesto pasta. Chicken satay with rice and veg. Beef teriyaki with rice. Sweet chili prawns, garlic potatoes and veg. A wee veggie burger, potatoes and veg for all you veggies out there, yeah? Pesto pasta, also vegetarian option. She's got the breakfast menu, the overnight oats, Biscoff, Nutella overnight oats, the healthy fry up. And she's also got all those meals in high protein form, so just a bigger portion if you're trying to
get that fucking protein in you.
Get all that protein in you, yeah. So, to order with Molly, all you need to do is go on our Instagram at Molly's Meal Prep and DM her, and just, it's a minimum of 5 meals. That's your standard order. And if you mention that you've seen Molly on Reilly's Gaff, she's going to throw in 2 free breakfast items with your first order.
Seven meals for every day of the week.
That's it, baby. If you're having your breakfast for one of the meals. So, yes, go get it. Get those deals. And remember, tell her Reilly's Gaff sent you. Cheers. Jamie, what the flip is in the daily pube the day, mate?
Oh, there's a few things, mate. It's mainly just guys shaving their pubes, but it's a good read.
Aye. Is there anything else apart from maybe that? No, is it just pubes?
Just guys shaving their pubes. There's a woman shaving her pubes.
Aye. Women have pubes? That's disgusting.
That's my dad.
Your dad shaving his pubes?
I need to phone him, mate. 2 seconds. You can get on with this. But.
Right, okay. Troops. We'll leave him to that. But, you know, the podcast is sponsored by MANSCAPED. Now, it's Valentine's Day coming up. If you're not going to get lucky on Valentine's Day, you're never going to get lucky, right? So we need to be prepared. And the only way to do that is ordering the performance pack from MANSCAPED. Now, they've got the Lawnmower 4.0 that's going to do the main curtain, yeah? Round the balls and stuff. We've also got the ball toner, the ball deodorant, the weed whacker for your ears and nose. We need to keep them tidy, guys. So, you know, I'm sure you've heard of MANSCAPED. We got sent MANSCAPED and we thought, whoa. Because before I was like, I don't know if that'll be worth it. I don't know if it's quite a lot for your balls. I would pay double. My balls have never felt better. And I'm sure my loved ones, my mother, my father, my grandmother, they're all just loving my balls at the moment, guys. So, to get 20% off and free shipping, use the code Reilly's Gaff at checkout at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free worldwide shipping. So, if you're listening to this in Botswana and you've got some hairy balls on you, get in touch because you're going to have some free shipping for you, baby. So it's Valentine's Day. Get that 20% off. Manscaped.com. Use code Reilly's Gaff. Right, so you bumped into 2 Scottish legends.
Evan and Jamie.
And you met Jack and Victor. Tell us about that, mate. What was that like, meeting them?
So I was I was playing fucking Fabric on the Friday, and then the Saturday was the Scottish Music Awards, and I got the Electronic Music Award for Scotland or whatever. And the next day I was meeting Jack and Victor because they are doing the whiskey company, and then they were like, oh, we want to present you with the first ever golden bottle of whiskey. And I was like, fucking hell. And I'd brought my mum up with me to the awards, so me and my mum got to meet Jack and Victor the morning. So she's buzzing.
Creamfields and that was good, Ewan. Now you've made it.
So the next day they gave me the award, and I just sat and met them. We had a talk, and I've ended up staying friends with them. And I've got the most mental story. Ford, so Jack, he was in Dublin, and I was doing my Ireland tour, and he was there when Dublin was a Saturday, I think. And no, Dublin was a Friday, and he's like, oh, I was sorting some film stuff out or something. He was over there, meetings and that, and then I was like, oh, do you want to come to the gig? And he was like, aye. And I was just expecting him to say, like, no. So he's like, aye, I'll come. Genuinely, mate, just went to like a few bars before my set, before we went to the club, and he's just sitting with me, my missus, Dart. He's an Irish DJ, and his missus and my wee brother, and we're just having it like a normal night out. We just jack ways. It was like so funny. And then we've got in, and the first thing that happened as soon as we get in was somebody had in their Snapchat thing 2 pints prick. And me and Ford have just stepped into the DJ booth, and he's like, and Ford's like, he's such a legend, mate. And he was just getting amongst it, and he took his glasses out. There's videos of him, and he's just dancing like that beside me in the decks, the full set.
That's so good.
And then he's like giving his glasses to some of the punters to try on, and then he's got somebody else's sunglasses on, and he's just, mate.
I would never think, like, obviously he must have had good sense of humour to be, but I would just never. I assume he'd be like, no, son, I don't want to go to that.
Aye, but then
Total
sometimes I was just checking myself. Like, I'm actually DJing in Dublin, and fucking Jack and Victor standing right next to me, and he's one of my pals.
Is that your fever dream, innit?
Mate, aye, and
your whole life must feel a bit like that.
It is sometimes, mate. Sometimes the stuff just happens, and then folk will go, that is just mental. It was like the Robbie Williams story. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's just fucking weird, man.
Mate, no, it's amazing, mate. Fucking. We posted a TikTok of you talking about coming back on the train, right?
Right.
And somebody commented, because you're talking about the Archies in it, and somebody's like, Archies was amazing, but like the name Archie, as if he thinks it was a guy called Archie that owned it. No, Archie's was brilliant. What a guy he is.
I love Archie. Archie, man.
No way.
Which one? He thinks you would have just at a gaff in Glasgow.
Big Archies, I used to go all the time, man. Fucking hell, mate. That's so weird, man.
So funny, aye. But
come back
what a
to
guy,
Archies.
Ford Kiernan, mate.
Oh, mate, great cunt.
Good
That's
on
the
him.
best cunt, man.
But look, we need to talk about it, mate. You said last time I was listening today, and you said, you know what? I'm trying to get this festival in here, and you're like, I think I've got it. Don't want to say too much. It's happening. You said this is your Madison Square Garden. That was your quote. So tell us about it, mate. Like what was this process trying to get
on. So I'm doing it with. I thought it would be fucking biblical to do it with the guys that used to run Street Rave in here. Used to run it in the Pavillion building right next to the festival site, and then. When I said last time I used to walk down that site, like down the beach in the old green, I was like, I fucking love to put a festival on there. So Ricky's been running events for 30 years, Ricky McGowan, and me and him are like that. And I was like, I really want to do it with you, because I'm just a DJ and I'm a music producer. I don't know how to fucking run.
And the logistics.
To that extent. I could run a club, but I couldn't run that. So Ricky's fucking putting the groundwork in, and then he's talking to the council, and he's and like, you know what councils are like, especially in Scotland, we're like, they're not going to be able to do anything. And then the council, mate, South Ayrshire Council, they get a bad rep as well, but they've been nothing but fucking amazing with us. Like, they've gave us exclusivity to the site, so if it goes well, we're doing it for fucking years. You know what I mean? It's going to be a thing, man. And
that could go mental, man.
Mate, and mate, so see the reason I'm excited, because there's loads of thought went into it now, and now I've got in the nitty gritty, everything. My ideas are just going wild, and there's the air show where all the like red arrows and that come up, and they go up and down the beach, and everybody stands on that grass, mate. 120,000 folk stand there. 120,000 folk.
The green bit just across the thing.
Aye, so that's where they start. So that's the scope of this festival has got there's no boundaries, mate. Like, that's fucking, obviously, like, I don't ever expect 120,000 folk to get there, but if I got to fucking 10 or 20 consistently every year, that's fucking, to me, would be unreal.
A lot more hot air balloon trips.
What are you like planning for? Like, do you know how when like what's his face done Brighton Beach? What's that, Fatboy Slim?
Brighton Beach,
and they planned for like 30,000, and then like 300,000 showed up or something. Like, do you need to, like, will there be a point where you're like, you can't come in?
Yeah.
If it go to a certain amount?
No, so we've it's all gonna be, like, these days you can't get away with that anymore. Like, that was when in the 90s, and no health and safety folk would just rob a motor and go down to Brighton just because they heard about that, whereas nowadays you're in the jail getting chased by 4 police cars if you're robbing a motor. Do you know what I mean? So that will only happen. We've got, I want it to be like, we've got Ricky doing speaking with the council and getting it all sorted and that, and now I want it to be a forward-thinking festival where it's no just... I don't want it just to be a fucking randan for everybody to trash everywhere and that, like, because we're going to have stuff coming out about house rules and folk that we want to treat the site with respect, because especially in here, mate, we don't get anything like this, so we want it to be fucking sustainable and run for years to come, so we're putting out, like, listen, just don't be a dafty, we're there to have a good time, let's make sure we get an air one and an air one, and next year it could be a weekender with the way tickets were, and fucking, like, the possibilities are endless, but we just need to get this first one, like, done to a T, and fucking the way I want it to run, and everybody just have a belter. But the fact I say I'm even bringing Scream to Air to DJ is fucking mental, right? That's crazy. And then, like, obviously Ketama, Evan and Optimo, and then I've got and it's all picked by me and my taste, but so we've got the areas all been fenced off. I've got the plans and that of, like, what it's going to be like, and we've got, like, the VIP area is at the old Pavillion building as well. And then I don't want to say too much about what the plans we have for, like, production wise, but the stuff they've been talking about is mental. Like, I was with Ricky for dinner the night, and mate, he was telling me about the visuals we're gonna have when it goes, because my set I think starts at 8:30, so that, like, it'll be dark by that point, and then, like, the stuff we've got planned is we want to make it next level, because this site for the festival is so unique compared to other festivals in Scotland, and that's another thing we have to give this legs. And then some of the sponsors we've been talking to is, mate, it's like, see, saying that I'm bringing this to 8, like, this, and how much I want to scale it, it's mental. Like, it's only I think there's 50,000 folk living here, mate.
Every one of them's
There'll
coming.
be a quarter, like 10% of the population will be at this festival here. Do you know what I mean?
It's mad.
Fucking unreal.
See, talk about, like, the sponsors and that, like, mad Americans, like, where Air?
yeah, where's Ayrshire? What's
fucking
that?
mental, mate.
Yeah, is that Robert Burns?
See, as well, obviously you said you could promote like a club, and you done obviously 10.
Aye.
And do you think you're going to take things for that? Because during that, obviously it's a different scale and you need to think about more stuff, but you said 10 was all about the consumer. How much are they going to enjoy this? Is that the same mindset you've got?
Exactly the same, mate. It's 10 on fucking steroids. Like, it's basically what
It's
I've had
100.
to think. Aye, do you know what I mean? So fucking I've thought about that, and the ethos of that, and what we done there was so special. But I was doing that to fucking, well, the family of 10 was up to about 90 folk, and then we'd have some bigger, like, Easter Sunday events where we're getting 300 through the door, but and it always was about the consumer and how do we, like, I've got my mate Paddy, who does all my graphics and artwork and that, he's like creatively thinking unreal, and we want to start what street rave, the culture they started with the music back then, we want to start that new culture of, like, rave culture, and how can we make this cool. So we've sat on fucking Zoom calls and that, just thinking about what are they going to see when they walk in that fucking entrance, and when they walk around the site, what they're going to see, how we're going to enhance this experience to make it, there's a Ferris wheel there, there's a stage there, and there's a stage there, and there's just fuck all else. Like, it's not, they've not, because I feel like sometimes as well when folk do stuff like this, they half-arse it a wee bit, and it can just be about, let's get the fucking money in and shove it in the bag and run.
That's
but
how
we're just thinking about every possible scenario for them to see how we're going to enhance that. How's it going to? I've been at festivals all year last year. Like, how are we going to make it? I've taken me bits of my experiences and I'm putting it into my hometown, and mate, all the hotels around about are already all sold out, and it's like that you're putting back into the fucking town then, and
Craig Tara all sold out.
Mate, Craig Tara, like, pool party there.
I see. As well, you're saying about how you're thinking down to when people walk in, what they're going to see, and that. I think that's so unique, and that's the amazing part about you being involved, is you're thinking about it in this detail, whereas I've been to festivals where you can tell it's literally just like
a tent's been put up,
10, get people in, it's a tenner for a drink, it's this, it's that, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's so, you can feel it as soon as you get in. Like, I thought I don't know if I'm right in saying this, but when I went to Parklife, it felt a bit like that in terms of like going there and everything was just so over. You couldn't get into a stage. You can tell they've just been like, let's sell as many tickets as we can and no really think about the enjoyment of each person when they're there.
Yeah. I think because see, now that I've seen how much work goes into these festivals, I can understand why you'd want to be like that. And I think everybody would probably look at me and go, you've got enough going on. You probably don't, but I'm so hands-on, and it's the reason I'm so fucking tired all the time is because I'm just thinking about, alright, I need to write an album, or I need to write a fucking tune, I need to do this, or I need to organise my festival, or I need to, and like, sometimes it is overwhelming that way, and I can see how much work goes in, so mate, I'd love to be the cunt that just said, spend no money, let them just go and listen to music. I don't give a fuck. But I'm not that guy, do you know what I mean? And that's where I feel like at my own demise sometimes. I need to find that balance of like no giving a fuck, but also that's what makes me, do you know what I mean? And that's why folk like me, man.
That'll be the difference, but like with that actual experience, do you feel like, see when you're talking about like visualising, like walking in what it's going to look like, do you feel like because you've played so many different places, do you think you've got... Can you see what you want it to be like?
A wee bit, but then if I stop thinking about that, then I'm thinking about 100 other things. So like, I need to, mate. My notes are fucking like hundreds of notes, just writing, doing inspirations and all that. So like, sometimes see if I wake up and I've got a clear head, I've had enough sleep, then I'll like what you said, I'll be able to just be like, right, this is what we're doing, and folk will be like, I'll just expect them to just fucking go and do it, but then like. It'll take me months to get there, and then like all of a sudden last minute I've said, oh no, I don't want that, then I need to demolish that structure or something like that.
I must have not had a lot of sleep.
I'm a fucking nightmare to deal with, but it's just because I've got so much fucking shit I need to be 100% focused on all the time, and I think that will come with me learning like how to navigate this career more and fucking getting a team run and stuff like that. Because at 10 as well, I built a team with folk. I had PRs, folk that are popular on Twitter. I was like, oh, get him, sure, popular on Twitter. He can punt the tickets. Then I had a guy that was good at fucking Stu the Sparky, one of my best mates. He was unreal at building shit, so I just got him to build shit. And like, that's what I'm doing now, just again on a bigger scale, and we help with Ricky for Street Rave, who's got so much experience in doing it. So, but you're right, mate. I think that's like that will be the difference for folk. Is I reckon because we're such a fucking cynical nation, folk will go thinking this is going to be half-arsed, and that's what but it will not, because I've just keep telling folk just wait and see, because I'm doing everything I can to make it so special for everybody.
See as well, like a festival that I think done that like really well was the new like Fly one.
Other Lands.
Other Lands.
Yeah,
so like see Other Lands,
so
like
cool.
You can tell the thought, and then like it's all been about people enjoying it, and they've tried to make it different, and I feel like that's kind of the same.
It's like that kind of fucking boutique era festival where it's like Terminal V, massive fucking lineup best in fucking Europe, if no some of the world festivals. That lineup in Terminal V is just unbelievable, and it's a great festival, so well run. The nicest people behind it. Fly Open Air, another one. It's a wee bit more boutique and cool, but fucking it's Other Lands has just took Fly Open Air and made it so like eclectic and special for folk, and I reckon Other Lands will do so well just because it is like that, and see if you downsize it like that as well, then you've got more room to think about the consumer and how, if you start off, Other Lands I think was quite small this year, and it means they've got, we done this last year, there's going to be a few more folk this year, how do we make that, enhance that experience? Yeah, I think it's like the new era of festivals as well, and it feels weird. It doesn't even feel real that I'm doing it right now, because like what you said, and for the outside in, I'm in it, but I wish I could put myself in the shoes of folk just seeing the festivals in Scotland and going, oh, Pavillion Festival is another festival in Scotland. But to me, it just feels like, oh, I'm running a wee party, man. It's weird to think like that.
Gaff. And did you just get like increased capacity?
Aye, so the council phoned us, mate, right? This is how mad it is and how well it's going. The police phoned the council and we're like, we can do the air show, why can we not increase the cap for them? Because the tickets were fucking mental, and there was like 12,000 sign-ups, and I stopped the sign-ups because I've been stuck, like when my events have been selling out so quickly, I've been getting a bit para of like, getting stick off folk, oh, we didn't get the chance to get tickets, and I'm like, well, it's no my fucking fault. Like, I don't sell the tickets, I just promote the event for you to come to, and I try and do as many as I can to satisfy everybody in Scotland. So I was like, right, fuck it, do you know what, I'll put my own festival and you can all come, and then fucking 12,000 sign-ups, and I was like, shut that, then now we're gonna get backlash here. And then the tickets got up, fucking pre-sale. So pre-sale was for folk that sign up for the tickets, and that sold out in like an hour or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, right, we'll keep some for general sale. 3 seconds, general sale gone. And I'm like, what? And then the police were like, you can increase the cap if he wants, if the demand's there. And then the Sound Ayrshire Council, like, I do it. And so we done it. And then sometimes I try no make a big deal about it and like over promote. So I was just like, 100 tickets, how much did they give us? Fucking, I think they actually said the site can go this far, so you can just put it up and let them sell, see how they sell, and just leave it for a bit, rather than folk fighting your tickets. Oh, we never got them, complaints. So I was like, do you know what? I'm not even gonna over promote this and be like hype it up a bit. I was like, fuck it, just put it out, leave it there, and I've not put much up about it. And there, it's like we're already nearly doubled the cap of what we've had, which is it's fucking mental.
I feel like I didn't really think about it before you said it there, but I do feel like you could have been. Not that I'm getting on your case, but you could have been promoting it much more than you have. Like it's not like I've felt pure every day you've been posting about it, and
exactly
you've like barely really, not barely, but you've put it out there, but it's not been like in your face, and it's still went mental. That's what I try and do. And then it's like I like playing games with because my fans are so engaged, and it's fucking mint how behind it, but it means I can do some shit like that. It's a bit more like blasé, like fuck, I'll see how much they want to be here, and like I don't want to over promote it, because if I reckon it's like it's going to sell out in the next few days anyway. But just even saying that without really putting any effort into fucking over promoting it and feeling a bit cheesy, I was like, fuck it, just leave that till it melts.
It's like organic, is it?
Exactly.
Like it's more like the people that have been wanting to go, and it's no pure like I keep seeing this, I'll just buy a ticket kind of thing. Know what I mean? Because
even in the waiting list for the resale, there was thousands of folk waiting and signed up for the waiting list as well, mate. It's just, but that just fills me full of joy, because it's the reason is it's only going to get better. Like that's quite scary, because like how big can we grow this if it for as well as I want it to go, and it's the effort I'm going to put in. Like if there was that many sign-ups last year, like fuck me, we not even done the event. Like, I hadn't even announced the lineup, mate.
I know.
I know.
But I think like so that's a mad way where people actually trust your judgment that much. They're like, and it's not even sucking up your ass, but I get that feeling that people are like, he won't actually let us down with this. There's no way he would put his name on this, and it would just be a mad money grab.
So that's true.
I feel like people really think that, because you're a genuine guy, and that's like a lot of the comments we got as well last time we were on. They're like, just such a normal guy, and you're still the exact same. But as well, like, so what's the dates? Is it over a few days, or is it?
So it's the 29th of April is that's Pavillion Festival, and then it was meant to be called Air Beach Live, but we now I thought it was going to get too confusing for folks. So I was like, just give me my moment with Pavillion, let me grow the social media, let me grow that. We're only on Instagram now, and then I was like, just let me grow that a bit, and then we had like 5,000 followers in fucking a week or something. I was like, right. I was like, sorry, but that's all we need to do.
Pavillion Festival.
Yeah, exactly. And then so on the Sunday, Street Rave are coming back to their fucking home.
That's amazing.
That's class, mate.
Which is so cool. And mate, the lineup, they've got Roger Sanchez, Soul to Soul, fucking K-Class, like fucking who else have they got? They've got Inner City, like they've got all the old acts. Inner City
will be class, mate.
They've got all these acts coming back to air. To their home, and they've done fucking thousands of tickets as well, mate. So they obviously Street Rave started down the Pavillion, and I was the plan always was to Ricky, like, you do the Sunday, I'll do the Saturday, and then obviously what happened with the ticket sales and that, Ricky was like, oh fuck it, we're doing it, got the line up together in a week. He's just phoning Inner City, you want to come back to air, like fucking Baz, like he calls like Carl Coxie and that. He's like, I phone Coxie, no worries. That's mad. Like, Coxie, I've been dealing with him for fucking years. It's fine. Ricky is see for any promoter, and Tom Ketley for Fly that runs Fly, he says this as well. Ricky is the godfather of Scotland, because I don't know if you know the story about Street Rave, and it got that big that they had to rent out Prestwick Airport.
No.
Mate, you don't know this story?
No, it sounds
what
mad.
the fuck? Right, so this is why I have so much. Like, these guys are my heroes. And do you know Unique in Air, the clothing shop? There's one in Motherwell as well. So Jamsey and Ricky were the ones that started Street Rave in Motherwell, and they brought it down to Air. And it was all about like casual culture, like fit by scrapping and wearing cool clothes. And they went all of them fighting on a Saturday to all of them going and cuddling each other, taking eckies at the Pavillion running a Street Rave all day. And there's a documentary on YouTube called Street Rave Documentary, and it's like an hour long. It's so good, right? That's when I was before 10. I would go to Gaff's and just stick that on and sit and watch it like full of beans. Like, I want to be them, man. I want to be them. So the plan was always, Ricky, you do the Sunday. And then he was like, fucking brilliant, me, man. This is unreal. And now the whole story of like me being the new era of the Street Rave kind of sound and that on the Saturday, and then the old fucking ravers that have been there for day one that used to go to Pavillion when they were 18 and 30 years on now, do you know what I mean? Like, they're all coming back to their home, and that's so special, man.
You're the new Ricky, mate. You need to start acting like
that. Fucking kid boy, I'll get him.
Me and Jamie were talking, right? And I don't know what will happen with this. Do you know what I'm going to say?
No.
Mate, we thought it'd be heavy funny if me and Jamie rocked up to Pavillion, mate, with a camera crew, and we're all just walking about interviewing cunts.
You know, it's his idea.
Was it? I thought it was my idea.
I've just been saying to him, like, you just go base yourself in the VIP bit. We'll get you a wee dressing room and just fuck off, do what you want.
Jamie with the camera.
I'll give you access to all area, and you just do what you want.
That'd be so fucking good.
My ma's just bought a caravan at Craig Tara and all, and go back and get on
sorted. Of course, mate. I'd love for you to be there, man, because yous were actually the start of me like bleeding the story out to the public. Because I'd planned that. Nothing was set in stone then, mate. Like, I was just doing it to force my management's hand a wee bit. I was like, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna put this wee drop in the ocean, let the flames fucking. I was like, let it all blow up, man. Fuck it, we grenade, fuck it.
Mate, we started Pavillion.
Literally. So
I can't believe it.
We'll talk percentages later.
Mate, me and Jamie are getting the Street Rave back. Mate, we are actually...
Mate, yous are part of history.
I mean,
if it wasn't for yous, I wouldn't be doing it.
I can't believe... what's his name?
McVicar. We call back, yeah. I love a good can of beer.
Glug, glug, glug.
Yeah, but I'm getting kind of bored of just like my kind of normal, just plain beers, lagers, pilsners.
Yeah.
I don't know what I can do about that. I don't know where I can go. Or
I know what you can do, son, boyo. You can get on to Beer 52. Now, Beer 52 are craft beer experts.
Yep, they are.
Beer 52 are a monthly beer subscription service, and we've partnered with Beer 52 to give you a very special offer. Beer 52 are going to give you a case of 8 free craft beers.
8 free craft beers?
8?
That must be that's a lie. That's a straight up lie, bro.
I would never lie to you, Jamie.
Promise.
So 8 free beers they're going to give you when you sign up with our code. So go www.beer52.com/Reilly, Reilly, and you're going to get a free case of 8 beers. Now, these beers, as well, I was talking to Jamie about there, these aren't the beers that have been mass produced, sent all over the world, you know, uncared for, all about the money. These are people who care about the beer.
Small batch breweries.
They care about the quality of every single can. So, not only that, you're going to get beer snacks with it. You're going to get a magazine about beer as well. Bloody hell, you're going to be beer daft by the end of it, yeah? So, get on it, troops. 8 free beers. Could be a nice wee present for somebody. Also, if you want to cancel anytime your subscription, you can do it. You can pause it as well. They've got beer for everybody. So, there's no reason not to get involved, troops. Go, hit the link, and get those free beers. But see, mate, I wanted to ask you, now I don't think you'll have an issue with this because you just love playing so much and making music, but as you say, this is like your Madison Square Garden. This is fucking it. What else can I do?
Fucking Carolina wine mixer.
That is, it's the fucking Carolina wine mixer. So, I mean, if it's going to go on every year, I guess you've always got something to think about, but do you ever go, like, you ever worry you get to a point and go, what's going to pure motivate me now? Do you know what I mean?
Because I always have ideas of how to like, and that's another reason that my fans are so engaged, is they give me opportunities to not worry about shit like that. Is like, I'm back no matter what a day, and that's what motivates me. The fact they're just, and everybody's so sound, mate. Like, they're like, usually I get like some fucking, obviously every day in my position is going to get some cunts just messaging you abuse for no reason, but it's since like folk know that my heart's in the right place and I want to do well by Scotland, I want to do well by all of them, they just give me these opportunities. Like, see, I'm writing an album, I can't say anything about it, but it's like, it takes my full thing to the next level. I'm doing, I don't know if I can say it.
Say it and then we'll cut it. We can cut it if you decide against it.
What I'm doing a fully. I can't say it. You wouldn't need to cut it, right? But I'll tell you. So I'm doing an album and it's with, and then just folk I want to collab with, and I'm doing one with. I'm doing one with.
Oh.
This is why you can't say this at all.
Oh.
Sent his bit back to me and he went, I don't know if this is too generic for you. I might have made it too generic. But I was thinking about a banging vocal, maybe. And I was like, bro. I was like, what? I was like, maybe. Maybe. I was like, obviously, mate. And I was like, if you can get him on it, and he was like, don't worry, I'll see what I can do.
Mate, that would be...
Mate,
imagine...
on a
This needs cut.
Oh, big time, big time.
No, mate, just keep it all in and just bleep the...
Aye, so it's going to be a...
We're like... Mate, that would be class.
I do that. That shit is what gets me going, because I'm in a position where... Like, mate, I could easily just fucking go, I've made it, I'm gonna hopefully get booked consistently for as long as I want to put the effort in, but I always want to take it to like another level, and like that's why I think of stuff like that, to like, fucking, this could be the biggest thing ever. Mate. And it's always a bit like pushing that, and because I have so much ambition, I just want to fucking do cool shit all the time.
I think you could be Prime Minister one day.
Mate,
I might put dough in that, bro.
Mate, folk have already put me up for Mayor of Air.
You're already.
Kind of, mate. Like, there's no much left for you in Air.
Nah.
Do you think you could ever... Oh, you live in England, don't you?
Aye.
I always think, like, see, just come back to Australia, I always think, like, anytime I've been in Australia, I'd be like, I could live here.
Aye.
Did you get that feeling when you were there?
Mate,
or are you quite, you want to be here?
No, I do love, I mean, I'm so close to my family, man, and like my missus in London, she lives in London, and but going round these places, see, because I'm with my wee brother as well, it's like, oh mate, how good would it be if you just fucked off here? But now, like, I can't, and that's something that gets annoying sometimes, is like, see when stuff gets so on top of you and folk are telling you, need to make this decision now, this is how much money it's for, and I'm like, fuck off, I'm not making any decision right now. I'll do it let me do it when I want to in my own time, or when I'm no fucking thinking about writing albums or shit like that. And I'm like, that's when I get, see, sometimes like, mate, I just want to fucking run away, man, and just go and fucking be a bartender in
Peru.
Malawi or something like that. Just, like, somewhere mental.
Mate,
And
I always ask, like, people, because I think about this, and we are no towards your scale even, but sometimes you wish you could just turn that off.
Aye.
You don't want it to go away forever, because we all want that ego check, baby. Come on, we all want that recognition, but at the same time, like, see, for me, like, I was going to come to that night you done in Subway. I text you about it and that, and then mate, there's something like, I just, especially with events like that, like, everybody's sound that I'll meet, but I just can't go and just enjoy it the way I did when I was like 18, 19. It's just no the same thing for me. And it's not that the music's worse or anything or the clubs are worse. It's like, I just can't be just a face in the crowd. Like, no everybody in there's going to know me, but there's definitely going to be some. And like, I can't, and it's hard for me as well. Like, I'll be with my pals and I can't even be with them for that much time, because I'm always getting like, somebody will pull me away, oh, blah, blah, blah. And like, if people are taking the time to come up to me and say, I'm no going to just be like, I ain't ball, mate, and turn around. Like, everybody that comes up to me, I'll always give them time. I'll always talk to them, because like we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for them watching it and being a fan. So I'm never ever, no matter what situation I'm in, I've been in situations where I defo could have told people news all the time, but I never will, because as well, like that's their one impression of you.
Yeah.
Like all it takes is one time for you to say, no, the new, mate, and then
Chinese whispers, mate.
You're a dick.
Everywhere, so, exactly.
Even beyond that sort of reputation thing, I'm just always like, I should always give people the time and have a wee conversation with them. And
you're right,
but
mate.
it does get a bit taxing when you're no there. I'm just there to just enjoy the tunes and shit.
See, it'd be different if folk were walking in and out your podcast and then doing it while you're doing that, like, because that's your passion, mate. That's why you fucking work so hard and create content for folk. You need to come up with new ideas every week. You work hard at this, like, but that's your passion. Whereas you're going out there to enjoy yourself.
That's
you know what I mean. So like it doesn't need to be your passion. But you just like doing it. It's a hobby, going out and listening to tunes or whatever. Or even going drinking with your mates is just something you want to do and go and chill out. And that's why it's different for me. Like when I go in, that's like got to my work and folk asking for photos, so it's fine for me. But if I was in here and folk would ask me for photos, I'd be like, oh, sorry. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd be like if it was constant, like coming, oh, can I get a selfie? I'd be like, oh, I'm trying to do this for the boys. Whereas yours would be like, oh, that's cool. Like, usually doing your passion when it's happening. So it's different. But then, no, I've got a few stories like this where, mate, I was with Jota actually. We were going to the Man City Liverpool game, and I was playing in Manchester at Warehouse Project, and the driver was coming down and Jota's agent. So I'm quite pally with his agent as well, and they came down and I was like, why don't you just come to Warehouse Project? So Jota was with me, my wee brother, my mate, and he was at. I'll tell you a story actually, I'm going to tell this, fuck him. So we're standing, and obviously Jota's like just drinking water, like he's an athlete and he's in amongst fucking all these Rajis, right? And then Jota's just standing and he's watching the crowd. I think I was playing to 8,000 folk at Warehouse Project, and he goes to my mate, he goes, bro, do you not think it's crazy that he's in control of all these people? And his agent goes, what are you talking about, you cunt? That's like you taking a corner kick at Park Heath.
Or taking free kicks in the Bellevue.
He actually scored a free kick in the Bellevue.
And he's like, this Warehouse Project is mental. He sounds like the best guy ever, man.
He's a legend, mate. But like, we were getting hounded, right? And the next day we're going to the fucking Man City Liverpool game, and we went to that San Carlos restaurant. I think it's like quite a fucking bougie restaurant. And we're sitting down, mate. So Jota's sitting next to me, right? And some cunt walks by in the street and he goes like that, the window, runs in, sits, like squats. I'll do it then. He's like, I'm sitting here having dinner, right? And he's squat down like that. He's like, sat like that. What? He's like, you're Ewan McVicar, aren't you? And I was like, aye. He was like, no, I was like, I'm from Aberdeen, eh? Can I get a selfie with you? I was like, aye, mate, of course. So he takes the selfie. Mate, Jota's took the picture for us. And Jota's like, and he goes, and Guy fucks off, and Jota's like, I'm just so glad it isn't me. So like, see fucking moments like that, that's when you're like, fucking brass neck, mate. That's like kind of weird. But then I would never, mate, it takes 10 seconds of my life to fucking make somebody's day or month or whatever year, like, oh, I met him. And like, that's why I'll never know. Like, see, every subby I do, I go into the crowd as soon as I finish, and I'll walk out with every day, 300 folk, 400 folk, and I'll walk out front, and I'll spend, last time I was outside Sully for 45 minutes just talking to everybody. And I got told a story about a DJ, I'll know out him, but somebody asked him for a photo, and he told me to fuck off. I'm like,
say their name and we'll bleep it just so we know. Oh, I can see that.
Yeah. So, mate, he's
I seen him ice skating, mate, and he's shite at that.
So, mate, he's like that. It doesn't sit well with me, that man, because it makes like, I think I maybe mentioned it last time. Some of these folk are paying 30 quid to come and see me, mate. Like, the least I can do is take. Although it is like, I've got my bird, my mates, they're all waiting for me. You can we no go home, and I'm like, mate, these are the reason I'm here, man, and these are you need to give back as well. So it is annoying, but then we're some folks' heroes, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Aye, that's something to think about.
It is, mate. It's a nice thought as well.
Nah, you should all. And like, mate, do you know what happened? See, because I talk about this in the podcast, right? I was at room 2. Miz was playing.
The folk are lit, can I? Is it alright?
Mate, like, people think I've got a pure issue with it, right? So, like, this boy came up to me, he was like, standing outside a chippy, and he was like, fuck off, man. And I was like, what's happening, bro? And he was like, mate, I know you pure hate people coming up to you. And I'm like, mate, I don't mind it. I just talk about, like, how weird the hang it is. It's not that I actually... So if you're listening to this and you see me, come up to me. Don't wait about that. Don't no longer than 10 seconds, but no, come up to me.
Because see if folk think you hate it, mate, then you miss out on some fucking, like, special... like, mate, I went to St Mirren game at the weekend, right? And they asked me to fucking go sit in the director's box and that, and I was like, nah, like, that's not what Fitba is about for me. Fitba is about fucking just going and sitting in the stands and singing and fucking cheering your team on. I don't really want, and I didn't even want to be associated with being up there as much as, like, I was like, thanks very much for the offer and that. So I asked them to put us in W7, which is like where the ultras are. So I was up with all them, and then a wee boy came over to me at half time with a bag, and my favourite St Mirren player was Andy Dorman, mate, and he gave me a signed Andy Dorman top.
Oh, that's mad.
So class, innit? And that's, I think if folk thought I was like that, they would stuff like that wouldn't happen. Do you know what I mean? You need to be approachable.
Mate, see just like what happened to you there, know what happens to me. See, because all my videos are about taking drugs. People like are like, I need to give you a patsy, bro.
I get that.
And I'm like, it's sorry. I really, like, I mean, one or two, but I mean, like, more, I'm like, nah, you keep it, mate. You know what I mean?
That actually does happen. If I've ever been out with you, if you go away for like 20 minutes, you come back and you're like, bro, what's happening?
Just ask for a selfie, mate.
Can I get a video you doing this patsy? I'm like, no, mate. No, man. But no, we better get onto the Patreon. People have got some questions for you. There's a few. So just for the top, Judge Judy 69 ask if he has a new rolling beans recipe for 2023. So after what you just experienced there, how would you improve on what we just had?
Well fired roll,
right?
That's the first step, and well buttered as well, mate.
They just didn't even.
You were so disgusted with the fact that they butter.
That
was an assault.
Scarred, mate. Honestly,
A wee bit of cheese, maybe.
Cheesy beans.
No, we're talking a rolling beans and cheese, mate. And
we're talking about perfecting the recipe.
Just the beans.
You're rogue. You're rogue.
That bacon on it now.
Bacon, cheese, and beans.
Oh, brother.
Come on.
Aye, so well-fired roll is a must.
Yep.
If Cameron Winch Cole wants to know if you could have dinner with any two DJs, past or present, who would it be and why?
Frankie Knuckles, just to ask him about what starting fucking house music was with, and then Wooly. So I went back to back with Special Request and Subby all night long last year, and he's been like he's been a bit of a mentor this year. He's been doing it for years, and stuff I've learnt off him, but he's just the soundest cunt ever, mate. And me and him just became like best pals. Like the other day I was lying in bed, it was like 9 o'clock, and I was like, my missus was getting up for work, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking knackered. And then Willie phoned me, and I was like, straight up. I was like, what's happening, mate? And we were just talking for an hour. And this is just he's just a guy I've met touring and that. So Willie and Frankie Knuckles ran off a good fucking day.
Beautiful, mate, beautiful. Right, next one is somebody wants us to react. This is something I wanted to ask you about before, because we've done 3 episodes where we listen to like disses, like young team disses, right?
Aye.
And now that it's like, obviously the podcast is growing as well, like we get one sent in for everywhere, mate. Like
class.
We had last one was like Dumbarton, wasn't it? It was like the Dinky and the Maya, and it was insane, bro. The Dinky and the Maya.
Class,
But
mate,
one of them was like
that.
award winning, bro. Like we searched them. It's like
But a teacher's this or just a
so like no the disc, but the young team were like. The Hall of Fame for the young teams has reached an unprecedented result here with a tie with the Dinky and somebody else.
Who even mate? This is class.
And the Guardian or something.
So Jack Hanna. If we got fuck the laptop, we're just listening on the phone. Someday, Jack Hanna says react to this teacher's disc from Ayrshire. So you might know it.
I wonder what one is.
Let's have a listen to it.
I used to listen to him all the time.
Because I didn't, like, sounds very in the Glasgow bubble, but I didn't even know they made this these other places. obviously
we had a teacher's this and that at school.
Greenwood teachers this.
Yeah, that's the best one ever.
Greenwood. Right, take the headphones off.
That's what.
Is that Irvin? Greenwood Irvin?
Aye. Greenwood, it's round about there anyway, aye.
It's do you want me to hold it up to that?
Well, no, don't actually top it.
What?
I'll put it through that anyway, so don't.
I think it was either Linwood or Greenwood was what everybody else based their disses on in Ayrshire.
Like the Frankie Knuckles of... This is right, let's... Quite an emotional
Is that your
start.
vocal?
That's it?
Is that it?
No, it's Linwood. I think it's Linwood.
I like it.
I'm excited for that.
Mr. Lambert, you're fucking disgrace. Remember I hit you right in the face? Mr. Like's not fair. No my fault you get ginger hair. This means you're a witch, you want to slap your wee daft bit. Mr. Wilson, what a shame, you can't even say your name. My name is Mr. Scott, and I wear pampers. Mrs. Quill, you're a whale. Lunchbox pal, you better try it. Get your fat self on a diet. Mrs. Woods, you're a fail.
even on your bum.
Johnny said, better go. Check the fucking suit of you. Ginger hair. Check the fucking clothes you wear. Mr. English, you pedo fucker. What's happening, mucker?
No way! What's happening,
mucker? And some every private bit. Oi, get that flag out. Fuck off, lazy bastard.
That doesn't even
That's
rhyme, mate.
the worst diss I've ever heard.
Mate, that was like P2 rhyming. It was like, look at your hair over there, up the stair, mucker.
I quite like that one.
Mate, I get suspended for
That's
calling a teacher a pedo.
Mate, what about your
Like-
what about your Insta?
I'm Insta got banned. Gone. All the
How?
videos done, mate.
no way, mate.
Do you know why, right?
You want me to talk to somebody?
I have a phone Frank. Phone
I'm
Frank.
well
Rick.
Chapel, mate. I'll phone Ricky.
Ricky, sorted.
Phone Jota.
He's got a guy.
Jota will know a guy. What happened was, I was making, so like, I've not been making videos as much recently, right? So I just started posting like my pictures in my life. Like, my Instagram was just all videos, and then I had like a private one that was just like pictures, people I knew and that. And then I wasn't posting videos, so I was like, I'll just start posting pictures on this one. And then they were all it looked weird because it was like 9 pictures and then all videos, and I was like, oh, I want to keep these separate. So I made a new account that was going to be like just a personal one, and then I was going to just leave all them. And now you get like a link tree, and it's like click it. And it's, so we've got that for Reilly's Gaff. So I put that on my website on Instagram, and I wrote in my bio nudes with an arrow pointing down right. Because I was like, this is funny, people are going to be like, what the fuck? Mate, I woke up on Saturday morning, it was like, your account has been permanently banned for soliciting sexual content. Because I wrote nudes. I've appealed it, but
See what happens.
I'm taking it right to the bone, mate. But we'll see what happens.
I do actually know folk at Instagram. I'll be able to get a I swear.
Do you
Well,
really?
yeah.
I've had stuff like this happen to me where like
Nudes?
no, like fucking
Dick pics.
I was sending my dick pics. No, it's folk try to like pretend to be me, or like folk
Right.
like private Ewan McVicar, or like and I know folk that can sort it.
Aye, mate.
Thank fuck, mate.
get
Do you
the
know,
dog and
but
bone,
like,
bro.
see, to be honest, right? Like, obviously, I'm bothered. Like, I'm like, oh, that's a pain in the ass. But everybody I've told has been like, mate, what? And I'm like, I'm not that bothered, but I do want it back.
Nah, you die. Fuck that, mate.
I
Put
think it's
hundreds of
hilarious,
work into it.
but we were saying,
I
like,
mean, it's funny as fuck. Just how it got deleted.
it's a good story.
But I appealed it, and I'm like, surely I'll win that appeal because there's no nudes on the end of that link. But
Aye,
See
but
what
maybe they'll
happens.
not even. Probably need somebody just to go, mate. It was like harmless.
aye. Hopefully.
That's we were saying that's obviously why lassies post like spicy and like
Aye,
arrows.
mate,
and
but
that.
I never
Is that what
thought
they do now?
aye, because it's like my. But
They
they
just say
never
content or
say,
something.
here's my fanny. You know what I mean? Speaking of fannies, actually, Fanny Destroyer has.
Oh, here he goes.
Here he goes, trying to set us up. Fanny Destroyer is a joker. Get him to tell you the story about the wee white cat. Is there a story about the wee white cat?
What?
Exactly. No, mate. There's no.
The wee white cat.
What is it, Fanny Destroyer?
Fanny Destroyer is all. No, he's a legendary Patreon. We can't deny that. But he is always trying to bam us up and get his
Means absolutely nothing to me.
wee white cat, Fanny Destroyer. You
What?
fucking let us down there.
He's trying to create awkward silences in the podcast, isn't he?
So I Fanny Destroyer, you're in the dirt, mate. Ross is asking, can you ask him when Peaches is releasing Absolute Tune, by the way?
Should be this year. Should be this year on the thing. that we bleeped out earlier.
Aye, healthy.
Um,
How does he know about it?
There's
I
also
played it. It was in the boiler room.
Oh, is it?
there's also a Reddit post that he said, and he says, "Can you react to this as well?" Since he loves beans. All these questions are about beans.
This is so funny, mate.
Oh my god, bro.
Bro, get that away from me, man.
Oh, mate, come on.
Right, it's on screen, but if you're listening to audio, this is a chocolate Easter bunny and baked beans. So it's like a chocolate bunny with like the top.
Filled full of beans.
Aye, so it's
That'll
like
be hollow.
Aye, so it's like the top of the ears, like the top of the head on it, is knocked off, and then it's filled with beans, and it's overflowing actually.
I'm always hearing people going about being full of beans and that.
That's what it means,
That
mate.
bunny's full of beans, man.
That's what it means, man. Josh Millen is asking if you're playing Creamfields this year.
I'd say almost definitely. Aye, should be.
Almost definitely.
Oh, aye.
Looking forward to it.
Should be.
Aye, mate.
Buzzing.
That was so good. I should be. I've had talks with him, and I think it's going well. But my agents will always get to me like at the last stage of, so I just go aye or no, rather than like all the in between bits of them working out when I'm going to play and fucking all that.
Negotiating things and that.
Aye, because I'm not doing Park Life this year. Because
I just slagged them.
aye, exactly.
Was that the nail in the coffin for Park Life? Aye?
They're listening to me. They've got my phone tapped. No, I'm not doing it this year because it was just like alignments of like sometimes like because I'm dead conscious of where I sit and how I want to be perceived every day, and it's just overthinking. But I'm always like, quite particular and stuff, and we just couldn't work it out together. And like I love Park Life. It was unreal last year. 12,000 folk turned up to my set, and when the lineup came out and that, it's just like. Sometimes I'm like, fuck. But then I wouldn't be it's like, same as tell something, I wouldn't be being true to myself. I was just to say I was happy with it, even though I wasn't. So
So what, it was
I'll
today with like
hopefully
where you fit in that lineup?
It was just stuff I didn't really want to be associated with in the lineup, and I was like, I don't fancy that. Like and then we tried we tried so hard to work it out, and I was like, it's not working this year, and I'm just going to have to concede that. And like it's no, oh, I hate you, this is shite. It's like literally, it's not right for me. I'm sorry. Let's look at next year. Do you know what I mean?
This is why Pavillion's got to be so class, like pure turning that down, like playing in front of 12,000 people for like just no feeling right about it. Know what I mean? So
that's it, mate. That's what I've built the full fucking lineup on as well. Is like how I try to make a lineup that makes sense, but introducing folk to new folk as well during it. I think it's mate, I'm fucking now.
See on like the lineup for it. I've always wondered this, right? So you know how like on a lineup it will say like Hayley Selassie back to back with Big Miz. Mm-hmm. Do you pick that? Do you say yous are going together?
I've picked everything on that lineup.
Right, cool.
So I knew like there's Hayley starting, then Post-Human and Nightwave there for like an acid house. Nightwave's been playing Glasgow and around Glasgow for years as well, but I know they were friends, so I was like, would you just be up for going back to back? And they were like, aye. So I was like, sound, put them in. And then Sarah and Seo, I've been running like underground nights called Ewan McVicar's Handpicked, where I literally pick everything that's on it. And then I had a girl called Shannon SP was playing like I'm a Piano in Motion in Bristol, and then like after it was Optimal, and then I was after them, and it was like I was back to back with them, and like I've just been curating it so folk can experience different things. And Sarah and Sale, she played for me in Fabric at one of my handpicked nights as well, and she was unreal, so I was like, let's get Sarah in there. And then it was just like, you need to think of the music arc as well. Like, we don't want somebody playing techno at 12 o'clock in the day, so then you don't want to burn them out. You need to have a sort of keep the excitement going towards the end, and then it's like to finish off. Exactly.
I heavily like the artwork for that handpick.
Oh mate, do you know that was a wee guy from Indonesia?
Aye, we were talking about it. No, it was the Pavillion one, know that?
Mate, the person that made our intro, both our intros, we've got one for Deep Fried and one for our normal podcast, Indonesian.
Mad,
On
innit?
Fiverr.
Mate,
Just a
done
wee
you
guy
dirty
couldn't
on the
speak a
Pavillion
word of
thing?
English. Mate, no, he's no done me dirty. Have you seen my pals?
No.
Mate, I mean, I look about 80-year-old, right? But my pals, mate, Kieran, my big mate, big macho cunt, right? He's wearing a fishnet top. Right, and then my mate Stu, who's the Sparky, he would just wear like a pair of dark jeans, North Face top, fucking just your everyday white man of Scotland, and he's got a fedora on, a flowery shirt, and a red cup one of the American red cups.
Yeah,
and he's
man.
Cheers to the weekend, bro.
And then my wee brer, he picked one of the photos my wee brer had and he had a haircut. So my wee brer, so all of them are raging. Apart from James looks fucking better noise.
It does look class, all that stuff, but it's heavy.
Just a wee guy, and I was like, he barely spoke any English. I was like, well,
might be the
worried,
same.
mate. HLF design it was.
It was BPMT or something.
Indonesians
They are rivals over there, by the way, so we might have started something. Right, so next one. Right, Deck Sweeney. Well, it says Declan, don't want to give you a nickname there, but Deck. Aye, that suits it. Deck Sweeney. Big Deck Sweeney wants to know. He says, keep it simple, favourite scran, and you can't say beans.
Favourite scran.
You have to pick one place to go.
See, this is funny because see, my bird, she loves food, right? And I'll be happy with a Greg's sausage roll, right?
Right.
So I'm no like that. I'm not a foodie, right? And I'm for Ayrshirt's no the thriving metropolis of cuisine. Do you know what I mean? So we would have it's Cajun chicken, everything on in here. So Cajun chicken crepe, Cajun chicken enchiladas, Cajun chicken fucking chips. Everywhere you go, or it's fucking like your normal burgers and that. And tempura.
everywhere, mate.
But there's a shop
mate.
called Tempura. It's one of a boy I went to school with owns that.
Mate, it's the tempura the pints, man.
Mate,
That's
no, but it's like such a near shit.
It's
Like,
nice, but
see, Cajun chicken pasta is like it's shite in Glasgow. I've not had a good Cajun chicken, but that's because it's all there is in here is like Cajun chicken pasta, and you pick your different. Have you been there for a Cajun chicken pasta?
Really?
It's unreal, mate. There's a place called Meridian's good for kids. There's a place called the Fox and Willow, and there's a place called the Tudor and the Kylestrom. They're the best Cajun chicken pasta.
They sound like boozers.
Mate, they are.
I've been to that Tudors and I've had pasta for it, but I don't think it was
Cajun chicken pasta, trust me, it's like they've got it to a fine art down there, right?
I will be up at Pavillion
Honestly,
with a Cajun chicken pasta, bro.
Mate,
So-
a scheme Olympics.
And then so I'm not that into food, and my missus got me into trying all sorts, and so I've like been stepping out the boat, and mate, I'm getting quite into it. I'm a bit worried about myself, but so I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm not having a sausage roll, I'm having like fromage frais.
I'm not eating that. Come on.
But I'd say my favourite scran now is still is just a Chinese, mate. And do you know what I get?
Can he beat it?
Do you know what I get, mate? Chicken fried rice, chips and curry sauce.
Aye, mate, that's it.
Because that's what I used to get at school in the wee container.
Aye, the long tray, isn't it?
On the one hang. If you used to go into, I'll be quick. We used to go into Four Hill. It was, and the guy was going. He would have the news. See, you have to hold a newspaper to put the tin on, so it wasn't too warm in your horn.
Right,
and they'd have the page 3 split into a different box, so you could take the normal newspaper or fucking the page 3 models. He goes, you grab your fucking Quincy cup, you take that, and then you grab fucking porno mag. Hold it, and he's just shouting at everybody. We're all wee boys like, what's the porno?
Porno mag.
Takes the porno mag, and it's just a fucking.
It's a felony, bro.
Fucking hell.
That's unreal.
And I still love it to this day. You know what I mean?
Well, fair enough. Mate, last question, long we got?
No, that doesn't make sense.
Nah,
mate.
bro. That's Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie, that's no. Mate,
on.
we studied time for a deep fried, and that's not how it works, mate.
It rolls on, Jambo.
Right, cool.
We did say we were talking about bum drop Meckies at one point on
been a
this.
big talking point.
Shelving them.
Aye, and I said,
Have you done it?
no, I've never done
never.
it. But Evan's pal did, and I said, was it like a
meant to be.
performance? Did they like do it in the middle of the living room, like do it as a mad performance? But he literally did. He done it on stage.
Aye. Mate, this.
I couldn't believe it.
The guy that the legend of the show, Young Jay, who will never reveal his actual name because boy's facing a lot of charges. He done it, and you know how you get like what is the bit of like a bay window?
Aye.
So it's obviously like a wall going in, the window cut out. He was like leaning, he done it, and he was out his dick, and he was leaning against it, right, and he was doing that, right, and I'm like, what you doing, mate? And he's like, Puggy.
No way.
And then he was like that to us. Yous get any change?
Mate.
Right? So he's ran out of imaginary coins,
How insane's that, bro?
No
Like,
way,
he's going to a point, he said, they asked somebody for coins, like imaginary coins, and I was asking, Jink, if you'd done that, aye, there you go, mate. Jinky would have went back.
Aye.
Jink, he's envisioning them, know what I mean?
Aye, I know, that's
Aye.
So ever since I seen that, I was like,
That's
I might
in-depth
might just
hinking that.
might just gobble.
So was he fucked? Did you
He
see
never
the-
gets fucked.
He seems like
he's just like in a state of fuck, but you don't even know. Like,
Aye.
I've met him fucking like during the week, and he was absolutely fine, mate. I don't know how he does it.
just
I
a
don't know how he
tolerance
does
of
it.
doing that shit
Literally,
so much. aye.
he's been doing it. See, the reason I feel quite bad though is he's been doing it for he's 14. How are you meant to be in that world for 14-year-old? Like, that's how I can like step away from it sometimes, because it's hard to get away from it all. But yeah, he just functions fucking. Mate, he drank like a litre of vodka to set as well, and I was like just looking at him. I was nervous, mate, because I've been to see him like 15 times in Glasgow, and then all of a sudden I'm in Croatia playing a festival, and he's about 6'6" as well, and like, I don't usually look that small in photos, but next to him I look like he's Wayne. So I'm standing there, and like sometimes I just kept like checking myself, like remember I was talking about you talk in your head. In my head I was going, mate, you're playing with Scream dinner, and I was like, and I would just catch myself doing this.
right up there.
And he just keeps going like that, like smiling at me, with a big smile, and it's
It does
surreal.
sound like a legend, man.
He is a legend. He's a great cunt. And then I done the secret back to back with him in Subby as well. Did you hear about that? And I never told them. And then he just appeared. And then did you see the abuse he was getting after the gig? But
For like what he was playing, or
Scouse
something?
House or something. He played like one breakbeat tune. The rest of them we just slammed like the heaviest techno. We were playing mad shit. And then this guy is fucking.
I mind you arguing with cunts about it.
I was
Mate, see the thing is, I know, like,
fucking stupid, like.
who is anybody on Twitter to like tell Scream about DJing? Nah, mate, here. Nah, what you're doing was wrong, mate. It's
No,
like-
because
But
he
also,
said,
we tried to do a cool thing for them, and like, it was
but
like,
the cunt on
fucking
Twitter was saying, we don't appreciate that in
in
Glasgow
Scotland,
and
I know.
all.
It's like,
Fuck
mate,
up, man.
mate, he's been playing in Subby for fucking 15 years.
5-hour sets every fucking 2 weeks. Though.
It's like, what the fuck, man? Just, I don't know. Yeah.
Chaos.
Fuck, no, it's funny as fuck.
But anyway, look, troops, we better wrap it up.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed it. You and Pavillion Festival.
Can't wait.
29th April.
Yous are there.
We're there.
Oh,
Are you going to be there?
I'll be there.
We'll be there selling rolls and beans. We'll have the stand, the stall. And they'll be well fired and they'll be well buttered, baby.
Thanks very much,
Right, I love you coming on. Hopefully
Thank
we'll
you,
do it again
boys.
after Pavillion.
Oh, big
And we'll
time,
talk,
mate.
we'll talk
We'll be
about it. But aye, thank you so much, bro.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers,
Hope
bro.
you enjoyed it,
Cheers,
troops.
lads. Come on.
let's go.